love church music anymore, that was still, I would say, an absolute part of why I love music the way that I do.
Yeah.
You know,
it's really crazy, you know. And now it's so much fun to like be on this other side of the coin, or you know, especially on this new album, Back from the Dead. I because I have experience with both sides, you know, but obviously the secular and the Christian community. I love using all of that church terminology to describe the devil's music now, which is my new church.
I started playing in church too, and I gotta admit, like, some of the best drummers in the world are those gospel dudes, man. Just laying it down in church, it's like, it's something amazing.
Hell yeah.
Listen.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hello. It's so nice to be here and see you all, and everybody's smiling.
It's nice.
It is nice. Scott, you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Terrific.
Pretty solid. Thank you. Glad you asked.
Terrific. And we are here, and we are live. And it is Monday, and we're ready to take on this week with gusto.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Rafe, you are going to Austin, right?
Yes, sir.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
When do you leave? You leave on Wednesday morning?
Early Wednesday morning, that's right. I will be flying into Austin, Texas. And I'll eat barbecue the moment I land.
Nice. Any particular place you'll be going to?
I don't know. There were a couple places last time I was there that were recommended to me by the locals. I can't remember the names, but I'll be doing the research the next couple days.
What's the famous barbecue place down there? There's
Stubbs?
No. There's one place that's like you got to get in line like really early, and it's like a 7-hour wait.
Kenny Rogers.
No, Kenny Rogers Roasters. Only real answers today, Scott, okay?
Okay.
Let's see if we can control
Terry
ourselves.
Black's
That's
Barbecue.
it.
Terry Black.
Terry Black's Barbecue. That's the place, apparently.
Is that on 6th?
I've never been to Austin.
Nor have I.
Oh.
It's a cool city, man.
Yeah, it is.
Like my first visit was last year for Moon Tower, first time I'd been. And it was a cool city. It's got its own thing going on. I mean,
it's its own world in Texas.
It's interesting because, I mean, I think I was there when they first started really marketing the Keep Austin Weird thing.
Yeah.
You know, like they were weird down on 6th Street with everything going on. And
Leslie was still alive.
And they leaned into it hard. And it paid off. After 10, 20-something years, it became a hub of entertainment, a hub of weird, a hub of like, well, very different for Texas, that's for sure. I mean, you go to Dallas, you go to Houston, El Paso, like, these places all have their own thing, but they're still Texas.
Right. Well,
Austin kind of has this attitude as if it's
its own world.
Different, a little weird, yeah. And it's funny because I made mention of it yesterday when we were in downtown St. Charles. There was some buskers,
which
out.
is the Austin of St. Louis.
Of
I
course.
think it could be. There was some buskers of a particular lean, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't.
Like kind of something you'd see in Austin. Like there was like a gal.
I don't know. I've never been to Austin.
There was a gal singing.
Use descriptive words.
There was a gal singing 70s music into a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
But like busking style. It was very interesting. Then there was a feller with an acoustic guitar, and he was playing a thing all over the map, songs all over the map. But it was kind of a Austin like weird sort of 6th Street sort of
avant-garde.
Yeah, it was like an interesting mix for just a random weekend. And I thought, man, this is the kind of thing that some of these old heads in St. Charles, you know,
I'm not gonna like.
Would want to run out of here, but would definitely make it be its own thing if we leaned into it. And I was like, whoa, look at this, man.
Like gives the Main Street St. Charles a little character, a
little bit of character, a
color.
little bit of flair. Yeah, instead of just the, you know, Silver Dollar City kind of feel of the cobblestone.
I don't like buskers.
I just had to look up the lyrics to No Scrubs by TLC because I believe at the beginning, whenever they say a scrub is the guy that thinks he's fly, also known as a busta, I wanted to make sure that it's a busker. Because I've never heard the word busker before,
really?
nor used in a sentence until this day right now.
Oh, really? So it's somebody who opens
Really?
up a guitar case and plays on the street.
A busker. I just thought that was a homeless
It's a street
person.
musician.
Okay,
Busker.
great.
No, you know
No.
what's the thing? We were going into a grocery store on Saturday afternoon, and the new thing is a guy playing an electric violin.
Oh, is he actually playing, or is it one of those?
Well, I was going to ask
Dude, are you talking about Town and Country?
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're talking about right now. It's a family, actually.
There was one dude.
Yeah. And
There was
plays
one
violin.
guy. He plays violin very loud.
Yeah, almost in front of that Sephora over there by Target.
Right. It's extremely loud.
You
And he's
can't
playing
be
to a
extremely
track.
loud. You can't do that.
It's Fancy Buskers for West County is the violinist. And I am here for it. I've donated. He's got a Cash App link, QR code.
Does he?
He's great.
Is he great?
Let him just be. I
Well,
felt
you know
fancy. Every time I go to that Town and Country Target, I feel like I'm on the Titanic in a good way.
You know, the thing with those electric violin players playing on the tracks are a lot of them aren't even playing.
What are you saying to me right now? It sounded so
They're
good.
faking it.
Well, so is everybody
Why would
else.
they do
They're
that?
faking it, guys. They're faking it.
It's AI in the
Anyway,
parking lot.
Listen, I don't want to get into the busking. I do want to get into the flying because Rafe is about to take a trip.
Okay.
About to get onto an airplane. About to go through TSA.
I know. I told you guys Friday, Moon and I were talking about, I had to re-up my TSA pre-check, and I took it down to the wire of being able to do it online, and I don't know if it went through or not.
Oh, man,
I'm
I
about
hope
to
for
find
your
out in
sake.
real time.
I let mine expire, and it was a 9-month pain in the butt, maybe longer.
Oh, so you're not sure whether
I hope you got it, dude.
Oh, no.
When my boarding pass goes live, I'll know for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rafe. Somebody's going to go through a full body scanner.
Nah.
Is it this guy?
It's going to be Rafe Williams.
Ooh,
The
lit.
full body scanner. And, you know, that's the one where you got
Hands
to put
above the
your
head.
hands above the head.
Let's see your wiener.
Pull your pants down.
They do that anyway.
Right.
Hey, do you remember when they used to
You're
have it
gonna
on the
get a
screen where
special
you?
one.
Do you remember where you could used to be able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Everybody could just see your wiener impression.
Yeah, and I was all about it.
And they changed that now.
Do they see? What do they see on chicks?
Now it's just a green
Now boobies.
Wieners.
Oh no.
Now it's
And
just a
wieners,
green
yeah.
or a red.
3 wieners.
Color.
Well, Rafe, and all of us, as a matter of fact, whenever we go through those full body scanners. Oh, yeah, if you have TSA pre-check, you still got to go through that.
Yeah, but you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
No, not
Not as
usually.
much
Or you got to go through
radiation
the
on that
metal
one.
detector.
It's there. I mean, at Lambert, it's there.
But if you have pre-check, do you go through that? I forget.
No, you do the metal
Depends.
You
detector.
do the metal detector.
Because I don't think I've ever gone through one of those with my shoes on. And pre-check, I got my shoes on.
Well, does anybody ever get worried when they go through those things?
No.
Like,
You don't?
Like you're
'Cause I
going
don't
to
have
Bill and
anything
Ted
on
it
me.
to somewhere else?
I don't know. I mean,
Why would I be worried?
because you're in this tube and you don't know what they're
cloning
pumping
you.
into you.
I actually feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie every time I go through it, and I go, "Oh yes, I'm
You
an
don't know
alien right now."
what kind of radiation.
Dude, I
Does
got
feel
radiation
cool.
everywhere. Mammogram.
What if it's What
Everywhere.
if it's 5G?
Whoa.
I love
5G is
it.
a part of us.
What if it's nothing? What if it's legitimately just a little thing that goes
That's what I
like
think.
this? And
I think it's the
made-
illusion of security.
Yeah, it's made to look
it
made to
does
look like it's
nothing.
doing
That
something.
would be cool.
It's an old
It's the illusion of
gravitron.
safety.
I don't think it's the same. Remember how you go to the dentist or to wherever you get your X-rays done, and the doctor or dentist leaves the room so the radiation doesn't. I asked my
I
dentist
always thought
last
they
time.
just walk out just to make fun of you.
No, I asked my dentist the other day. I go, does it really help that you go into this other room? And she's like, you know what? I don't even know if these walls have the panel, the anti-radiation panel. And I go,
Well, you have to wear the lead bib.
no bib.
Really?
Well, remember the dental X-rays? They used to put the lead bib
Right.
on you.
Not anymore.
They don't.
Or at least mine doesn't. Just straight lead, dude.
Straight. Give it
Give
to
me
me.
the
Give me all the
lead.
radiation.
Discount dentist?
I am so full of radiation right now.
Give me
between
all the
the scans
radiation.
I've had in the last 2 weeks.
Well, there's one pastor, and this guy's got an interesting theory as far as these airport full body scanners go.
I'm sure it'll be reasonable. Whatever you're about
You know,
to say.
Rafe, before I even tell you the story, with that attitude,
He's upset.
he's already going in with a negative attitude.
Oh,
well,
I'm not.
he's worried about his pre-check.
I honestly
already-
think it's
you're
going to be
already-
a reasonable story
Yeah,
for
you're
you to
already-
start a Monday off with.
You're already going into this with a very negative attitude.
Okay?
It's Monday morning. I'm not discounting anything, by the way.
You shouldn't.
No sale today.
I'm not going to discount anything. Are you a pastor? You're not.
He's the
I'm
reverend,
ordained.
dude.
I did get ordained to marry some friends.
All right. Okay. All right.
So I don't technically, Scott.
Uncle Baby
You're
Billy
the pastor
Bobby,
expert.
Rafe
Am I a
Williams.
pastor?
No, that's an ordained minister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then no, I am not a pastor.
This man is a pastor from Tennessee.
I'm a future.
That's where they keep the good pastors.
That is where they keep the good ones.
All tucked down there in Tennessee.
They'll have those weird Malcolm X glasses.
This guy's name is Andrew Isker. Pastor.
Pastor Isker.
Pastor Isker.
Nice.
And he says, again, let's not just, when I tell you, I don't want you to just go, no way, this guy's, just let it sink in. Okay. This guy says that the full body scanners at airports, the ones you walk through when you go through security, are turning people gay. Now.
Like happy or the...
Well, I'm not gay yet, so I'm upset.
You don't fly enough.
I don't. That's true.
If I go through it the other way, I'm not gay no more.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go the other way, yes. So, Andrew has a podcast, and he was discussing TSA security procedures when he introduced his theory. He called the full-body scanners, quote, gay beam machines.
I love a gay beam machine.
Cool. This is the best. What does he think about other things?
I want to know his thoughts on everything.
What's the dentist doing then?
Yeah. What's the airplane do to me? Goodness, man.
As soon as the dentist does a scan of his teeth and walks back in, he's like, might as well put your wiener in there. Because that's what I want now.
No, he is just talking about the full body scanners at airports.
But he's not saying anything ridiculous.
No, not at all.
Just that it's just one thing.
Is this a grand conspiracy to only turn travelers gay?
Let him tell you.
I had to be molested at the airport to go to Florida, right? Just to get on an airplane because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine. It appears having a guy touch you all over the place is on its face seems worse, but you don't really know what those things are doing to you. So
where the imaging goes, or what?
Because it's like
I'm doing in the background.
They can just take a picture of me. Sort of naked? No.
Yes, naked. So
dude, do they have a freaking X-ray of this dude's mustache? Because this dude has the thickest stash I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh,
and yes, he does give mustache rides. Well,
lots of things coming out in Tennessee.
Lots of things happening there.
The gay beam.
So he is calling the full body scanners gay beam machines, implying they could change a person's sexual orientation. He says he would rather have the physical pat down.
Oh,
in fact,
which seems way gayer.
I don't even want the pat down. I want a strip search. I demand it.
I demand it.
I don't want nothing gay happening to me. The pat down's a little too gay, too. I take me in the back, in private, take off all my clothes, and then look deep inside my body cavities because I don't want no gay stuff happening to me here today.
Yes, sir.
It kind of feels like this guy's in a state of denial.
Yeah. Yeah, he would rather opt for a physical pat down than go through one of those gay beam machines. No, what do the scanners actually do? The full body scanners are designed to detect hidden items like weapons or contraband, not anything to do with sexual orientation. They just, create a generic outline of your body and make sure there's nothing dangerous being concealed.
Wasn't it if the light turns green, you're gay?
Yes.
Green, gay.
Green equals gay.
Wait. Isn't there a sound that goes through if you're really listening carefully?
Gay.
That's it. I don't get it.
So,
man.
Rafe, I would opt for, just to be on the safe side, now that you know, now that Pastor Isker, now that he is,
I'll demand the pat down.
I would, just to err on the side of caution.
I'm going straight through the machine.
Too.
Give it to me.
I want to see the readout.
It's time.
The little thing spins around you, and there's like a little chart that's like 80% hetero, 79% hetero. It takes like 1% of your heterosexuality every time you go through it. It doesn't turn you gay right away.
Just chisels.
It just chisels away.
Your heterosexuality.
That's what it is. That's why I haven't felt it yet. I'm like one scan away from
full on gay.
I look forward to it.
Me too. Gay me up, bud.
Rafe will return a gay man from Austin.
I mean, who goes around thinking about this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like,
this guy does.
You know how Pastor Iskers. With his little whiskers.
Pastor Isker with his whiskers.
You know, they say that people are that are always like, preaching against something or talking against something, whatever. It's on their mind a lot, and a lot of times for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's walked through the airport thinking about anything turning someone gay?
somebody who's projecting.
Yeah, have you ever had that thought? I mean, ever?
No.
Has it ever been on your
No.
mind?
No.
It's somebody who
that
must
probably
be
means
so
you've already been
scared of
termed.
being considered gay.
This man looks like Return to Oz. Remember the Fairuza Balk version of the sequel to Dorothy and Wizard of Oz, and it was super weird with the wheelie guys. Remember TikTok? This guy looks like the Tin Man, the fat little Monopoly man with the mustache.
Let's see Pastor Isker.
You know what I'm talking about? Put Pastor Isker
You're
and
talking about the
TikTok
second
from
one.
the Return to Oz prequel sequel where she has to go to the
That guy.
psych ward. You know what I'm saying?
Holy smokes. Wow, you weren't kidding about that mustache. Oh, my
Isn't that the
gosh.
thickest thing you've ever seen in your
And
life?
of course, I mean, they did him dirty on this.
It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
I know, but this particular look on his face, like they caught that intentionally.
that's-
Which Kelsey brother's that?
Yeah, he looks like the third Kelsey brother or fourth or however many there are.
That's a bear, dude. He's
He's adorable.
a big old bear. Next thing I know, I go through the scanner and I'm giving mustache rides to every guy I see. No, thank you, Southwest.
Oh, it even says, who appears not to realize his bear status within the community.
That article's from The Advocate, which is a
That's what I'm saying.
gay
Yeah,
publication, but he's got a look to him.
He has a look.
He does look like a Kelsey brother, and what a mustache on this
What
guy.
a mustache. Way to go, pal.
Anyway, I just want you guys to be careful out there when you
Thank you.
don't trust anything. Anything could turn you gay.
I feel bad for this dude, kind
Dude,
of.
what a weird podcast. Like in the background behind this guy is a Richard Nixon poster.
Is that when he was in the NBA?
Man, I'm
Richard Nixon?
Yeah.
Well, it's a very allegedly far-right podcast, it said in the article.
That guy's I'm just going to be honest. I feel bad for him because he's clearly like, there's hints that he's a self-loathing gay man.
Right.
He's a little too put together. You know what I mean? Like, the clues are there. He's looking looks like he just raised his ass to fart.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Moon paused that.
Oh, they got
The way he raised his leg right there at the end,
They-
he looked like he's
yeah.
getting ready to rip one.
And
but
you know what?
Before that, he looked really well put
And
together.
clipped him good.
Douglas on the feedback, great point. You know what's going to happen? He's going to come out as gay, and then he's going to sue the airlines.
I know.
Oh,
And we don't
not
need
a
them to
bad move.
have any less money than they have now.
Not
right?
a bad move.
Not a bad
this
move.
is a long
It's-
play.
Yep, that is.
Respect.
Pretty cool.
The long play. I see what you're doing here.
Or he's going to come up with an anti-gay beam that he's going to.
Oh, invent it.
That'll be his. Who's flown lately? Come to the altar. Getting my anti-gay beam. It spins the other way.
As long as I can wear my shoes, man.
Boop, 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 boop. You get in there and it's glitter. Pops all over you. You're no longer gay.
Yeah, if you go, hey,
Why am I
listen,
in a
if you-
thong and covered in glitter? Don't worry about it. Go sit down. Go sit down, you little straight
If you go to the
hetero.
airport today, opt out. Opt out. Everybody get their taxes done? Everybody good?
No.
Everybody done?
Rafe,
Nope.
Did him this weekend?
Good.
so proud of you.
Tax day's tomorrow.
Already got my approval back from the state and Fed.
Wow.
Dunked on them.
Well, a ton of Americans are still working on them. Two-thirds are already good to go. Like, everybody else still has a calculator out. 16% still working on their taxes. 9% have not started yet. 9% more said they weren't sure if their taxes were done yet. That might be if your spouse does your taxes while maybe you were binge watching the Masters this weekend. But, people in their 20s were most likely to say they hadn't done them yet because, of course. And that was me once. I would always wait till the last minute. Wait on the big old line of the H&R Block on 56th Street. 2-hour wait.
Well,
Usually on the 15th or the 14th.
yeah, that's a financial thing sometimes too. I remember times that I had to remember when H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt and all those companies started doing like that. You'd have to get your return credited to you to pay for the tax prep because you had no money.
Oh,
you had no money to pay them. You'd like go in and be like, all right, what we'll do is the $80 prep for simple file or whatever they were charging, they would just deduct it from your return, and you'd get a check for the difference. I remember having to do that a couple times.
Right, the easy form.
As long as you were, like one job, easy file or whatever.
Well, you got your H&R blocks, you got your TurboTaxes, you got your Tax Slayer. What was the company that used to have they used to put a mascot on a Statue of Liberty? Was that Jackson Hewitt?
I think so.
That sounds about right. Like a red logo or something, red and black.
Liberty Tax.
Maybe it was Liberty. No, they would actually have people outside, like dressed as Statue of Liberty.
Spinning arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, let's get your taxes done. It's a carnival in here.
I think it's Liberty Tax. I think it's actually called that.
So far, the IRS has issued over $195 billion in refunds so far this year. About 121 million taxpayers have filed their returns. Of those, 81 million have already received refunds. The average tax refund this year is around $3,100. So that's 4% more than the average last year.
Nice.
Taxpayers whose returns are flagged by the IRS will have to wait 2 or 3 months for the refunds. IRS says that 9 in 10 refunds are issued within 21 days of filing electronically, and within 6 weeks for paper returns sent by mail. So if you've got a refund coming, if you filed electronically, within 21 days, 6 weeks if you just sent them in old school with mail. But I think I've told the story before when I was in my early 20s and I was a contracted employee, not realizing they were not taking out taxes.
Dang.
From my paycheck every month. I went to the H&R block the day of you having to have them in. And I waited an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to get to the H&R block. And I was sitting there. I go, how much are we getting back? How much are we getting back this year? And he goes, oh, dude, you owe like 10 grand.
Yeah.
You owe like $10,000.
Holy smokes, man.
I can see your face just frozen.
And I panicked. Thank you, Lern. My nose is leaking.
Okay. You're reliving the trauma.
Dude, that is terrible.
Yeah, not realizing that I was a contracted employee, and this is when I was working for Sirius Satellite Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And
supposed to withhold your own taxes.
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Nobody tells you.
Nobody told me.
I know. This is why we should be teaching kids random little things like this. And I mean, or if they are not highlighting it enough.
I remember
in school.
when I got the job, I was like, I'm making so much money.
Yeah.
You guys want rollerblades? I'll buy you rollerblades.
That's so cool.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
You wanted to be friends with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same thing happened to me, but I did have a tax account where things were being withheld where I was withholding my own, and let's just say that got spent, and I didn't know it, and everything came to collect, and they said, "Hey, you owe." It was like 23 grand.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And I was like, "Yeah, it's there," and and they're like, "No, it's not. It says it left on this month," and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I thought it was I was like, it's a clerical error. The banks got it all messed up. Everything's screwed up here.
No, because it
was a multi-year hit there.
In my head, you would go to the H&R block and they would give you a couple $100 back, for a refund, and I would look forward to it. And I'm like, I'm gonna even. I got my like files with me and like a manila envelope, and I'm standing in line. I'm like, do. Hey, worth it. Waiting in line.
Files.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's a briefcase.
with one
briefcase with a Mountain Dew.
You're a radio disc jockey.
It's got a Mountain Dew, a sleeve of Ritz
1099.
crackers, and one Easy Form 1099 in it.
Yeah. And I just remember sitting in that chair, and the guys, putting my information. It was easy. No kids, not married.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Simple.
And he's, type it in, and I'm like, and I was so confident. How much am I getting back? And he goes, dude, you owe quite a bit of money.
Spent everything.
and I had $0.
Oh, no.
Nothing to show for. He goes, well, you know, they weren't taking the taxes out every paycheck. And I go, I did not know that.
I was unaware.
I was unaware.
You're like,
I also think it was my
you're
first
wearing
time.
thousands of dollars worth of jewelry.
Yeah, I'm dripping in gold.
I'm sorry. Could you run that past me one more time?
I think it was the first time I actually had a direct deposit, too.
Oh, so you didn't even know. You just you just thought you were loaded. Man, I'm killing it these days.
Well, I had 2 jobs. I was working at 2 radio stations. Like the Sirius satellite job was like a part-time job.
But it was just straight
But
up
it was
into the account.
straight into the account.
Pure cash.
And every 2 weeks, money'd hit, and I wouldn't look at a pay stub, nothing. It was just in the bank account.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, this is the life.
That's amazing.
I'm like 20 years old, 21 years old, killing it.
If you've never logged into the Social Security Administration's website and looked at how much you've been making ever since you started working, it can be either really exciting or really terrifying to look at.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
Like the first year I started working, I was 15 years old, made like $500 that year. And, slowly kept going each year, making a little bit more money, see how much harder you're working. And when you finally get out of high school and stuff, and then you're full-time working, it's so interesting to see.
Let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask this to everybody. If your adolescent self met you right now, so if, let's say, 16-year-old Lern met 40-year-old Lern, would 16-year-old Lern be proud or disappointed?
She'd be proud. Yeah, I think so.
Would 16-year-old Rafe be proud of 47-year-old Rafe, 46-year-old Rafe?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. At this point, there was a point in my 20s he would have been like, "What the hell are you doing with our life?" But I think now he would be like, "All right, that's fine."
What about you, Moon? Would 16-year-old Moon be proud or disappointed? And you know what?
I don't think he would like the shape I'm in. I will say that. I think he would have issue with that.
There could be a mixture of both.
Oh yeah,
There could be a mixture of both.
I was going to say definitely both. A lot of me would be like, "Damn, that's awesome! I told you, I knew it." And then the other part would be like, "Man, you kidding me, man?" There'd be a couple things. It'd definitely be some disappointment.
Mixed bag.
I was a judgy 16-year-old, so yeah, I'd have judged myself hard.
Yeah, I would definitely be disappointed in some areas of my life, but for the most part, I'd be very stoked for the pure fact that I've spoken to Weird Al Yankovic now on the phone.
That's right.
Okay.
And if you were telling me that at age 16 I was going to talk to him one day, that would have been wild.
That's true. That's a great point.
You had sex?
Good for you,
Sure
man.
did.
Got married
How
last
old were
year.
we?
Yeah,
How old were we? Were we 20?
Yeah, if you could explain to 16-year-old
How long do I have to
King
wait?
Scott the adventures that that 16-year-old you has to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like if how old am I? 46?
He'd be like,
Yes, I'm
by 44, you will have had sex 100 times.
Wow. So cool.
With how many gals?
Oh, well.
Wow. Yeah.
Just the one. Oh, well.
No further questions.
That would probably seem like a lot, though, to a 16-year-old.
That's true.
One
100
whole
times?
woman, right on.
It's like telling a 3-year-old that, $100. Whoa, I'm rich.
Yeah. I would tell 16-year-old Rizz, man, we got a lot to do. Mm-hmm. But I think 16-year-old me would be, I think the first feeling would be relief. Like you are not still living at home. Mm-hmm. You have met a woman. Mm-hmm. You have had sex on a consistent basis.
Wow.
You have children, but very disappointed in the shape I'm in. Like the actual physical.
Yeah, same.
My physical.
That would be the bulk of the conversation. I'm like, yeah, man, we actually did. We're doing comedy. We're getting paid to be professional comedians. Like, yeah, I expected that. What's up with this body you've created?
Right.
Well, one thing at a time, right?
Are you so busy doing comedy that Did you get outlawed from the gym, or what's going on with you?
My 16-year-old, I was like, I think the reverse. Because, like, now I'm in my zone where I'm like, I look good, I feel good. Hello, Ted. Like, I'm there now.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the 16-year-old me had, like, no idea what she was. It was a hodgepodge of a person.
Well, that's why this is where the relief would come in. Like, oof,
yeah.
like, oh, hey, I'm married. I found the
Got
man
good
of my
hair.
dreams.
Yeah, look at you go. Like, you've talked to Chino Marino.
Yeah,
you've met so many people you love.
You met your heroes.
Yeah. You're still in journalism. Like, that's what I wanted to do when I was in high school. I thought I was going to be print journalist.
But you think you're dying every day.
Yeah, the hypochondria and the fear of death would be very much surprising to 16-year-old Lern because, she was fearless. She was doing drugs on back roads with God knows who,
You're gonna get the
because she was
fear.
an idiot. So she'd be proud. She'd be like, look at you. You didn't get pregnant. You don't have any STDs.
You
You're
live
not
on your
addicted
own.
to
You have a nice house.
Yeah, you're killing it.
You drive your own car.
You have a TLX.
You have a TLX?
Oh my God. I think she'd like, what is that car? Yeah, she'd be cool about it.
If I got to talk to my 16-year-old self, I'd look at my watch and say, well, you got about 4 months, man.
Live it up.
Yeah, live it up.
Yeah, you can't change history.
Hey, bud, ride your bike. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy yourself and enjoy your time right now.
Yeah.
'Cause,
My 16-year-olds will be like,
you're pretty
how old
stress-free.
were we when we became a dad? And I'll be like, let's get back to talking about how bad my body is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, bud.
Well, you got a pretty stress-free about 4 months left, and that's it.
Which it's the same way. I wasn't crushing anything at 16, but, you're by proxy, I was at least skinny.
Yeah, I was skinny. I'd ask myself, when did the hair start coming? Like the body hair, excessive body hair. When did this?
Well, it started coming
Would
around.
you-
Going
What
around
did
that.
16-year-old Rizz think of the long curls that you have now? Because I was looking at old photos last night, just of like when Rafe and I joined the show in 23, and like your hair is so short in 2023,
Dude,
and now it's so long.
16-year-olds would be like, well, sweet, the 90s are back.
Right.
Cool, I can
Yeah.
just keep all these
My
clothes.
clothes are exactly the same. We didn't hit the coolest period ever.
And then when did our metabolism cease to exist? I'm like, you have a good 13 years to eat whatever you want.
Eat it
or
up,
maybe we
brother.
should start developing good habits now.
Yeah. That's the one thing
young
I'm
me.
jealous of young people today that have more health conscious parents that aren't letting them just eat whatever. I mean, I would have killed it if my mom would have been like, hey, we're going to actually eat a ton of vegetables and we're not going to microwave anything every night. And that would have been amazing.
We're from the microwave generation, though.
Yep.
I know.
We were the first ones.
How about just knowing, like, whew, I made it to 46. Like, good news,
Unscathed.
16-year-old you.
Very good.
I mean, I don't know about unscathed, but at least we're still alive.
You've had good luck, I would
We're
say.
still going. We got things going on.
What about professionally? Do you think that your 16-year-old self would be... I think about this a lot
Stoked.
because comparison is the thief of joy, and there's times that I'm like, I'm very lucky to have like success and to be able to do comedy in some form. It's paying all my bills. I don't have to work for the Bricklayers Union anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just was like, this is what I wanted to do. But if it's that thing where like if you compare yourself to the top 1% of your industry, they're making millions and millions of dollars, and you're doing okay.
Yeah.
So you try not to do that. So I wonder if your 16-year-old self had delusions of grandeur that would say, yeah, why aren't you as famous as Eddie Murphy? Or why aren't you as famous as Howard Stern?
A 16-year-old wouldn't understand, hey, I'm paying the bills.
Or would your 16-year-old be super? Because I think I put this in perspective a lot of my career. I'm like, if I'd have told myself 10 years ago what I'd be doing today when I started comedy, when I was doing open mics and laundromats, I'd be like, you're killing it, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But there's times I catch myself not enjoying it. And that's how I keep myself grounded and be mindful. Do you think you had that wherewithal at 16?
I don't know. At 16, if you're thinking about that kind of stuff.
I know. Everyone thinks they're going to be like the pinnacle.
Like at 16, I knew what I wanted to do. Like I knew I wanted to be on the radio. I knew I wanted to work in music. I kind of had a trajectory. Now, as far as the little details go, I don't know. But you know what? Now as a parent, So my son's going to be 16 next month. And I'm starting to get in my head, like, what did my parents think of, like, man, I hope he's successful. I hope he gets the hell out of the house. I hope he's not going to live in the basement.
I know. Especially when you went into radio, right? Like, were your parents, was your mom?
They were both very supportive.
Were they? My mom was completely, like, disappointed when I told her I was going into mass comm and was like, you better work. I'm like.
The dropping out of college thing did not go over very well.
I bet not, yeah.
But listen, I had a thing in my head that I wanted to do, and I knew that by being in school, opportunity would pass me by, so I had to take a shot.
Yeah.
Had to take a shot at it.
I do remember specifically, like an my college girlfriend's stepdad was like a finance guy in Chicago, and getting like what are your plans, your future plans? And I was like, mass comm, was in advertising and television and radio, and him being like,
so a bum.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, he kind of treated me like, oh, so you're going to be broke.
Right.
And I was like, well, no, I'm going to get into comedy. I'd like to try to, learn how to do improv and sketch and stand up and, have a stand up career and try to be on SNL. And he's like, cool. Like, he was so dismissive of it. And now I want to be like, there's a little part of you that's like, suck it, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to Austin on Wednesday.
See you,
go
pal.
through one of those gay body scan machines. Look at me now.
Catch me
on my
Austin.
own way.
Take that, Ken.
Now, with all that being said, and by the way, somebody did ask.
Denny.
Somebody did ask people, if your adolescent self met you right now, would they be proud or disappointed? Most people said a mixture of both. Proud and disappointed. But if you just were given the two options, proud or disappointed, most people would say disappointed.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Sorry it didn't work out. But if I were given the three choices, I would say a mixture of both. Mostly the disappointed and my physical self. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? What have you done to this? You ruined this.
That's the easiest thing to change, though. Isn't that crazy if you think about it and we don't do it? Is like, if you're 46 and your 16-year-old self is like, there's three areas. Are you doing well financially? Are you a good person? Do you have a good partner, a good life? And are you in okay shape? It's much harder at 46
to change those
to
first
lock
two
down. Yeah, to change those first two. To lock down, like, are you a good person, and like, are you with a good partner, and have you been kind and good to people? Have you made your way in the world and made yourself a profession that you can be proud of? And are you not a slob?
Well, 16-year-old would be like, I guess we don't have access to a gym.
See, I think that's what you're thinking now. I think 16-year-old you wouldn't even think about that.
No,
would just be like, whoa.
I'm fat.
No, I don't think so at all. I think the 16-year-old would be proud, like, whoa, sweet, like we got a good life. We're not living in somebody's basement. Like this guy.
No, I said
this
relief,
gal stuck with me.
Relief would be first.
Yeah, no, I think I don't even think that the shape would come into it. Because, why? Because every 16-year-old thinks by the time you're in your 40s, you're fat and old anyway.
Yeah.
Every 16-year-old thinks the 40s are just like some
actually no. When we were
oblivion. That's impossible to imagine.
When we were 16, somebody who would be in their late 30s seemed ancient to us.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
And even if you look at pictures of when we were 16, so this would be in the mid-90s, of people in their 30s, they look like they were in their 50s now.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, people in their 20s looked old to me.
Yeah, I think 16-year-old
wow.
you would be like, sweet, I'm an old man. That's great.
With minimal grace.
Right.
Nice.
I wouldn't be thinking about anything else.
Nice. Somebody had put out this list, and I thought this was pretty funny. So if we were talking to 16-year-old me, it would be 30 years ago. Let's skip ahead 10 years. What has disappeared over the last 20 years without much notice? Like, what's kind of gone away in the past 20 years that kind of like, oh, it's just not here anymore?
iPads were like more around, I feel like, at first, and then now people are just so on their phones. Like, I don't see iPads hardly anywhere anymore. That could just be me.
That's true.
Kids. I feel like people with kids have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see those.
They've almost become a staple of.
But they're the kid brand of iPad. They're not like an actual iPad.
So this is a very good list, and you're gonna go, huh? You're right. We don't think about this kind of stuff. Like, when was the last time you saw a square TV?
Oh, like a box one?
4x3?
Just a square TV. Everything's rectangle now. All TVs are rectangle now.
As it should be.
Remember when TVs were big, boxy, and they took up half your living room?
And you
not
didn't
anymore.
get to see the full scope of the film?
It was like a fake cabinet.
Do you remember when you could count on a full season of your favorite TV shows, like 20-plus episode sitcom seasons?
Yeah, that was tight.
Now it's like
10.
8 episodes. Like, you're lucky if you get like 8 episodes, and then they pause for a year, and then you get how about them splitting up seasons? Isn't this just BS? Isn't this BS?
Who's doing that?
It's kind of BS.
Well, it's also like South Park, where they used to have, I think it was like 12 episodes or something a season, and now it's like maybe 8 or 3 or 1, or they just won't have it for like 4 years, and then they'll come back and.
No, it's like, I think like Stranger Things. Let's take, for example, Stranger Things. Oh, it's the the last season, but we're splitting it up.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing about that, though, is sometimes we're getting extra minutes, or at least we're getting those minutes back, because before it was either 23 minutes because of the commercial things, or if you had an hour-long show that was 42 minutes or 43 minutes. So at least we're getting like 55-minute and hour and 10-minute episodes, which I like. I feel like I get to watch a movie every episode now.
Okay, all right.
That's a good trade.
That's a good.
I think I'd rather have 8 hour to hour and a half big old episodes than 20 40-minute ones.
Yeah.
Physical ticket stubs.
Oh, yeah. Miss them so much.
Yeah, going to buy them.
Physical ticket stubs, from concerts to movies to little mementos are now just digital QR codes.
I know. I will say I like that the Ticketmaster or Live Nation app, that you can see all the shows you've been to. Like, it has your history.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Which, any show that you go to. But it's not the same. Like, last year I went through and chronicalized all of my ticket stubs from over my whole lifetime of going to shows, and I had like 3 binders full, and it was so cool to like relive it. Yeah.
I also miss going to the record store to get your tickets, and then you realize the line's always so big there.
Yeah.
And you learn to hack that JCPenney sells concert tickets.
Yes.
So you go there, walk right up, get your concert ticket, and it's not sold out. You're like, yeah.
All right, these are all things that have disappeared over the past 20 years without much notice. Somebody wrote actress Lily Sobieski.
Where's she been?
Oh my gosh, the Glass House.
Lily?
Where's she been?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
She was everywhere in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, you do.
She was.
You know her.
Lily Sobieski. She was everywhere in the early 2000s.
She has like a Jodie Foster face. Like if Jodie Foster and Helen Hunt and like Uma Thurman morphed into one little human, it would be her.
You remember her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where'd she go?
Yeah, dude. Where is she?
Without much fanfare.
She was in all sorts of stuff.
She was in everything in the early 2000s.
Here on Earth, Eyes Wide Shut, Never Been Kissed, Deep Impact, The Wicker Man.
Deep Impact. Oh, yeah.
What was her last film? Her last movie was American Girl. It's a TV movie
So
filmed
she
in
left
Turkey.
acting to focus on family. I feel like that happens a lot. What's her name did that too?
Cameron Diaz did that.
Well, there were some other 90s gals that did that. I feel like...
this seems like it was
the
by
girl
choice.
that was in American Beauty? Who had kind of far apart eyes. She was like the first girl with far apart eyes.
Mina Savari.
She was so cute.
She just pieced out. She was huge. She was in everything. Gone.
Now she's back, I think.
And she came back. She went and had a family. The girl from My Girl.
Lily Sobieski.
She just came back.
Anna Klumsky.
But I think a lot of it is that weird in-between time where you just don't look like you're too young or too old for this thing, too young for that thing, so you don't really book anything. So like, I'll take a break. And I'll just come back when I'm older and get all the adult roles.
Again, these are all things that kind of quietly disappeared over the past 20 years. How about those little white tables inside of pizza boxes?
Exactly. Where are those?
Dollhouse tables.
They started making the boxes better.
Yeah, they did.
They?
Pizza box technologies has come very far, but those little white tables, they were in the middle of your pizza.
To keep the box off your cheese.
Unnecessary expense.
Yeah, but they kind of...
Screw these people. Let the cheese hit the roof.
What are you doing? What a waste of
wrong.
time.
That's what I'm Mr. Domino, dude. That's what they said.
Wrong?
When they got those little tables out of there.
Domino.
Crazy.
But the little tables kind of just one day, they just
There's a
cease
factory
to
somewhere
exist.
going. They're all just showing up to work, twiddling their thumbs, going, "Does anybody need any of these things?"
You could put them in
Oh,
your
we got
palm
somebody.
as like a little kid and put your fingers through them, and it was like a little shank. So if your cousins would try to lock you in the closet again,
You could
they knew who
stab
they
them.
were messing with.
Dollhouse tables.
But those little white tables inside the pizza boxes, they are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Greatest hits albums.
I know. I used to go to Walmart and get the compilations that were supremely edited, which really sucked.
Well, now that's what I call music ones.
Yeah. And just jam those. That's the best bang for your buck in the 90s and 80s or 90s and 2000s.
I mean, streaming services have made these curated collections nearly obsolete, but it was, it was a thing for a while. It was, and usually,
Awesome.
Usually, greatest hits was just to fulfill some kind of contractual thing that a band had with a record label.
We have our 4th album. Let's do a greatest hits. Get out of this deal, and
we'll put one new song on there.
Yeah.
We'll put a new song that didn't make another record on there.
Yeah. There's also a way to, when CDs in cars were the dominant, when that became a thing where we all had like CD cases, having a CD that had, like when Aerosmith's Big Ones came out, I played the hell out of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
When 40 Licks, Stones 40 Licks came out, and it was 40 songs.
Remember the Beatles number ones?
Yeah.
Huge.
Because then you popped one CD in, and it was bangers for the whole trip. You didn't have to, like, thumb through 20 scratch CDs and hope they played. You just had to keep one in pristine condition.
Right.
A bunch of people checking in. Some pizza places still are using a little white table. Somebody got Jets Pizza on Saturday, white table.
That's a puffy pizza.
Just got STL Pizza and Wings, white table. Okay.
Good to know.
Good. Glad to know the factory's
Still going.
Still going.
Yeah, I like to think there's some little town in, like, who knows where. Like somewhere in Nebraska where they're like, this town used to be a boom town. The White Table Pizza Factory closed down. And now everybody's hooked on opioids. And it's just like this sad little town that was their big industry.
That was a big thing.
Just a little conveyor belt, a little tiny conveyor belt where they're putting little legs on the white tables and everybody,
everybody's happy. And
this town was built on white pizza tables.
Middle of town, there's just a big concrete white table that they put.
Yep.
Yeah, the
dedication
town
to the
square.
factory.
The town square is just a circle with with a brown statue of a table in the middle of it.
Somebody said websites. Websites seem to have disappeared.
What?
Everything seems to live on apps now. And the standalone website has become almost a rarity. Listen, I agree or disagree with some of these things. I don't know. Free mints at restaurants. Those little bowls of mints near the checkout are almost non-existent anymore.
That's true.
We talking loose mints here?
Mm-hmm.
Little bowls of mints near the checkout are almost extinct.
Joey B still has them, which I appreciate, and will always take one.
How about translucent electronics?
Ah, yes. Used to have a clear phone. That was so cool.
Either a clear phone or there was the iMacs.
Oh, yeah, the bubbles.
That would look like the bubble that you could see the guts inside.
Blue ones and orange ones.
Blue ones and orange ones. I remember my wife had one.
Nintendo 64 was like that. You see all the inner workings, and it's pretty fun.
Dude, can somebody tell Tim Cook to do like the see-through iPhone with the neon light in it? Because that would be sick.
They will, because they don't do anything else. Every year the new iPhone's like, now in purple.
Whoa.
Wow.
They put a case
Not
over
even
an
a day
Steve
anyway.
Jobs is rolling over in his grave of all the technology.
But think about it. If we put the neon, because you know what I'm talking about? Those see-through phones, you could put a neon light on. So when it'd ring, it would be like,
Yeah.
okay. They could do that for the iPhone. So therefore, and it could be like a new, maybe make it a black light even. And then we could use the black light like we use the flashlight when we go to hotel rooms just to make sure everything's cool. I'm into this.
Okay.
Somebody beam me up.
But I just
to Tim
remember there
Cook.
was a time where everything was translucent. I remember my wife getting one of those iMacs. What was it? Was it an iMac?
It was just a Mac, wasn't it?
Oh,
You talking about the?
It was like a big bubble. It had a handle
like
at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was every college dorm had them in like the late 90s, early aughts. That was like the computer everybody whose parents had enough money to buy them one for their college dorm.
The see-through Game Boy was a thing too.
The Power Macintosh 9600.
My Uncle Charlie still has one. I don't know if it still works, but it's sitting behind his brand new iMac. So.
It's behind the new one.
But it's fun to see it.
Those are state of the art then. Like, look, you could see inside it.
Yeah, that was the one that they were beating up in Zoolander.
In Zoolander,
right?
yeah.
The files are inside the computer.
Oh, I got something on computers in a second here. All right, payphones and phone booths, they kind of went away quietly. I remember the last payphones were taken out of New York City not too long ago. Mm-hmm. The last bank of payphones in New York City were taken out. Public water fountains.
Yeah. No, I saw one yesterday. New one.
Out in the wild? One?
Yeah, there's a park that was built near my house. And it's really cute. And the woman, my neighbor that I was walking with yesterday, she actually took a drink out of it.
Wait,
what? It's new.
The bidet, I thought.
It's not a bidet.
Oh, shoot. That's embarrassing.
That's a bird bath.
Usually the public water fountains they're still there, but you press on them and the water shut off.
And Tim plays basketball every Tuesday at a gym, and he drinks out of the water fountain every Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, they have them they got the water refill stations at gyms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
but even
in public,
then you put out in public ones.
Yeah, they're few and far between now. I get what you're saying.
Like
they're still around.
I would
They're not
have
as prevalent.
no qualms with going to a New York City park and playing around, whatever, and then going to take a drink out of one of those water fountains.
Right.
Yeah.
With the foot pedal.
Well, no,
the little button.
The button.
The foot pedal's even better. You know what I'm talking about with the green,
know.
with
Yeah,
the
those
big
are
old
cool.
steel, and
I
then
feel
the
like
water
that's a
that comes
newer
out.
technology.
You hear the water go.
You're talking
And
about
then
the
it
one
comes
where
out
you
hot.
press the button and the water's just barely coming out.
Either that, and
And
you
you're
put
still, and you got to make the choice. You're like,
You got to make
I
out
gotta
with the
touch.
metal.
Like my lips are going to touch this metal,
And
if
I gotta go
want a drink,
sideways.
and
I
I'm
gotta
so
Making out
confident.
with it.
You're a kid, and you're like, I'm so damn thirsty.
But it's metal. It's sterile. It's fine.
I've been
Is
riding
it?
my bike.
We all
And the
know
metal
what
tastes
we all know
cool,
what
you
that
know?
tastes like.
We're all still here.
Dude, I can taste it right now.
You're like bird bathing it. Ugh.
Remember when we had to line up in grade school to get a drink out of the water fountain,
Yeah.
like after
Love that.
recess, and then you would always try to not be behind like the smelly guy
Yeah.
in class because you're like, dude, Ryan's got terrible breath. Here we go, and then you're behind him, and then you can kind of smell his breath on this stupid water
That's
fountain.
kind of a thing that went
And you
away.
got to make
was
it, and you got to put your head to the side.
I know.
just being thirsty is gone.
You get a
in
little
society.
trigger happy.
You used to have to wait to get a drink.
Yeah.
For that, you used to be like, man, I can't wait to get to the fountain.
Right. Yeah, dude. Like even in high school,
Get a
like
few sips.
we couldn't even bring water bottles or anything into class. You had to wait till the break to
Yeah.
get a damn drink. And then whenever you got to college, like I remember they're like, oh yeah, you can bring like a coffee into lecture. I go,
Like, whoa.
this is luxury. I was
Freedom.
so excited.
They
Really
trust
did.
us now.
I could chew gum
It wasn't
while
like
I'm
high
learning
school.
about
You could
radio.
chew gum, but whenever you first get to start chewing gum at school.
No.
We couldn't do gum.
I think
we
it was
couldn't
that's
wear
where high
hats.
school was, and you're like, yeah.
We had IDs that were this big. We had that.
I remember being in college and a girl pulling out like a sandwich bag of Cheez-Its, and I'm like, look at this chick. She's having a picnic over here. We're trying to. This is English 101. She thinks it's the park. And I'm like, now it's so normal to just pull out snacks whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, dude.
What if 46-year-old Rafe were to tell 16-year-old Rafe, hey, man, there's going to be no more water fountains. There's going to be hydration stations.
Drink now, brother.
No,
Take it
hydration stations.
Yeah.
We're going to call them, we're going to fancify it.
You'd say why?
Hydration station. I would get out of here.
Why? Is there like a water shortage or something? Like,
Is
no,
it
no,
Star
no.
Trek? Wait, we live in Star Trek?
I just feel
Yeah,
the need.
Spock or whatever.
I just feel the need to change things at all times.
Hydration station. Cool.
You know,
This
That-
is so cool.
That's the real funny thing to think about. Is 16-year-old us is going to ask all these questions,
About the
and,
future?
and 40-something-year-old us is going to go, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you guys do that instead of this? Well,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I really
it
wasn't
just
paying
kind of
attention.
happened. That's it. These things kind of just happened. Like, okay,
You pay money for water that's just in a bottle?
Yeah.
Why?
Does it taste better?
No.
Not really.
The electrolytes in it.
In fact, sometimes it's worse. Sometimes if it's Aquafina, it's actually worse than tap. But you still pay for it. Yeah, I still pay for it.
Well,
But it's
bottled
like
water-
a couple cents, right? No, it's a couple bucks actually.
bottled water was rich people things,
Yeah.
and it wasn't plastic. It was probably glass.
But it seems so ridiculous. It was like,
It was a ridiculous concept that is beyond caught on.
I'll tell you what I'm going to be upset about that's bottled is, remember in the 90s when we were just willy-nilly drinking Clearly Canadians, like, we're going to have these for the rest of time.
Yeah.
And then they decided to not make them anymore, and now we have to buy a $4 bottle at World Market if we want one, I do.
What would you tell 16-year-old Lern? Hey, stock up on
Clearly
this.
Canadians? Hell yeah, dude. I'd be
Hey,
like,
listen, you got a couple more years with Clearly Canadians. You got to stock up.
Oh, my God.
Another thing,
16-year-old me would say, get it while you can, because Surge is not going to be around.
That's right.
I was going to say, you won't like Yoo-Hoo when you're older. Be like, what? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love Yoo-Hoo.
I love Yoo-Hoo.
Right?
Surge is the biggest
16-year-old
phenomenon.
Rizz loved Yoo-Hoo.
Also would say Dunkaroos, even though those things are back. But again, much like the Clearly Canadians, you have to buy them individually now.
Not the same either.
And it's not the same. They've completely
They
messed
change
up
the
the
formula?
frosting. Yes.
It's regular cookies. They're not shaped like kangaroos anymore.
Yeah, it's a freaking nightmare, dude.
Bang out all the ecto cooler you can. Brother.
Yeah. Get it while you can,
They're not
buddy.
coming back. Not even during the reboots. Wait, the reboot?
Yes,
Don't
there's
ask
an
about
all-female
it.
one. What?
They're going to make more Ghostbusters? I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, and there's going to be one they're going to put, it's all female Ghostbusters. You go,
Wait,
what?
There's 6 new Star Wars? Don't ask me about them. You don't want to know. Are they good? I don't have the heart to tell you. Yeah, you got to lie to your former self. Yeah, they're really good. They're really well done.
They're going to remake The Crow. What? No.
636 says Clearly Canadian is back. You have to open your eyes at the gas stations.
Whoa.
Tell me
Got
the
ya.
gas stations because I am not seeing it.
636, what gas station?
I've seen them at Schnucks and I will buy. But again, they're individual. You got to just, there's no bulk.
You know what's kind of gone away in the past 20 years? Limos.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Limos.
You see them every once in a while, and it's so weird.
Yeah, if you see a limo on the street, if you see a limo on the road, it is
Drunk people.
well, I don't
Always
know-
drunk people.
I don't know about drunk people, but they stick out so much.
But you used to see, like, whenever I would come to St. Louis before I moved here, and I would see a limo, I'm like, oh my God, it is Aerosmith in that limo. Now I see a limo driving down 270, and it's drunk bitches on
Right,
like
at
a
a
bachelorette
bachelorette party.
party, which I'm totally, I mean, same, I'm excited for you, but I was really excited as a kid that
but-
Steven Tyler was in one of those.
Even then, it's for a bachelorette party. You're not doing limo. You're doing a party bus.
True. Unless you're retro, which is cool.
Why, if you were given a choice between a party bus and a limo, you're going party bus.
Now, not if you're like I think I'm more likely to think it's like prom kids.
Yeah.
It seems like a kid thing.
Yeah, I think it's a kid
A
thing.
limo?
Yeah, now it seems like a kid's like maybe not this generation of kids, but the last generation. Like
I think limos are done. I think we're done with limos.
I've seen
know.
more recently than I have in a long
Probably a
time.
funeral.
Oh.
Probably a funeral.
I do hang out at.
You do hang out at
Cemeteries
the
a lot.
cemetery a lot.
I'll tell you what's gone, wiped from our society. Hickeys.
That's true.
I saw one
Hickeys done
Saturday.
fell off,
What
bro.
do you mean?
No way, dude.
Where'd you see a hickey at?
We
On a
went-
child?
We went out to dinner, and there was a late teen who was the
Server?
who seats you? What do I call it?
Host?
The host.
All right.
Clearly a hickey on his neck.
You sure it wasn't ringworm?
Could have been ringworm. I'm
So it
not
wasn't
sure.
a birthmark.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Because if hickeys are on their way back in, mooning
Is next.
has a chance.
It's right
'cause
behind you.
That's something I do want back in society.
You know what else is gone? Elevator music.
Doggone it.
Elevator music. Gone.
Well,
Those cheesy instrumentals. Most elevators are silent now.
we also don't live in a city with a lot of tall elevators.
Good point.
I wonder if some of them classic cities with, 80-story towers where sometimes you're in an elevator for 2 minutes or more.
I think
I wonder.
they're gone.
But why?
Earbuds.
Oh,
Music.
Everybody's
rights,
got
they
their
gotta
own music.
Pay for the rights, don't they, or the royalties or whatever?
But that was that Muzak company that would buy the rights of those songs and just,
I
make them
also
cheesy instrumentals.
wonder if that has to do with conditioning of like when elevators were a little more sketchy and dangerous and made people uncomfortable and claustrophobic.
never
and they
mind all
moved.
the clanking.
Exactly.
Listen to this jazz version.
Like when you're going, think about when you go up in the arch pods and you hear like.
That's true.
I wonder if the music was like to
distract you.
It wasn't for your comfort as much as just like to keep the sheep calm while they were being.
Do you know the reason why there's mirrors in elevators? Because we're animals, and we like seeing like. You know why you put a mirror in a bird cage?
Why?
Because it like calms them down.
Huh.
Oh, I thought it made the space seem bigger for like people with claustrophobia.
Somebody look that up.
I thought John Voight was on the other side looking at you.
It was they put mirrors in elevators to calm you down.
Huh.
Because we are, when it comes down to it, we are animals.
I'll tell you this much.
There's a distraction too, though. Like if you're in the elevator and it's clanking around, but you're hearing a little bit of like soft music and you can check for bugs. You're in there by yourself. You're kind of like, well, does this shirt look good or not? And like, you does kind of distract you a little bit.
The multiple reasons given here are security and safety. Mirrors allow passengers to see what others are doing, discouraging theft and unwanted touching.
Okay.
Psychological comfort. Traveling at high speeds in a confined space with strangers can be unnerving, and mirrors help people maintain their mental equilibrium and feel safe. And number 3 is accessibility. Mirrors assist with claustrophobia and those using wheelchairs to enter and exit elevators.
Okay, so it's kind of a little everything.
Yeah, all of it, yeah.
Yeah, somebody told me it was like putting a mirror in a bird cage.
Somebody says hickeys are alive and well in Jefferson County. Thank you for that.
Mirrors contribute to a more spacious and inviting elevator environment.
DVD players and laptops, they kind of slowly were phased out.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a laptop? I have a laptop right here. There's 2 laptops in this room.
Yeah, but DVD players in the laptops.
Oh, no, that's over.
That's gone.
I ain't got no CD-ROM, dog.
Yeah, it was standard now. You can't put a disc in that.
No disc can come in this.
There's nothing. I don't have a port on my computer. You can't put a little bitty. You remember when they had the little, what are those things called?
A scan disc?
This little scan discs that popped in the side, or there is no, like Apple products don't, you have to buy an external like C drive port if you want to. I don't even have a thumb drive on here. I can't stick a thumb drive in there. Everything you have to buy like an adapter if you want to get stuff off of an old information storage device.
Like laptops, all of a sudden they're just like, oh, we're just not going to put a
CDs.
We're not going to put a DVD player.
Well, that's why I bought
a
PC laptop at one point because I'm like, Apple doesn't have CD players in it. That's stupid. I need that.
And
then that computer worked for about 3 days, then it just burns up. So you go get a Mac and it lasts 20 years. You're like,
okay.
All right, well, made a goof.
So are we all decent with computers? I mean, I guess I could figure my way around one.
Yeah.
If you give me a Mac, I'm stupid.
I just got my first Mac, and it's fun to learn all the shortcuts. I definitely don't have it down like I do at PC.
My wife is so quick with with a Mac, and she's dumb when it comes to a PC.
Same. I get a little lost on PCs now, where I'm just like, this is not intuitive at all.
So we've all seen it. Somebody struggling with basic computer tasks, and we assume it's because why? Because they haven't been trained properly. They don't know how to use a computer. But there's a new study that suggests, like, hey, you don't know computers or know how to work a computer. There's a reason why. It's because, not training, it's because you're dumb.
Okay, great.
And honestly, there's a study that shows that, yep, it's not training. Some people are just dumb.
Huh?
True that.
Some people are just stupid. And you know what? That's okay. It turns out people might have a harder time with computers simply because of their brain's processing power. People with lower cognitive abilities tend to struggle with computer tasks. And even if they've had the same training as other people. So if you see somebody struggling with a computer, it's not because, well, maybe it's not because they're not trained. Maybe it's just because they're stupid.
Okay.
Ask them, excuse me, are you stupid or untrained?
I feel stupid as I am having to Google, like, how can I save this photo from this website on my Mac? Like, that's the Googling of instruction of shortcuts and things like that.
But
I feel like
learning a Mac is like another language.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's all relative, too, man. Like, I'll sit in with some of these video guys, here in the building or at agencies around town, and then even though you have some acumen, they'll make you feel stupid. When I watch these guys like whipping through, like making edits on an app on a Mac, and they're opening 5 different kinds of software.
It's amazing to watch these.
They're importing audio files and they're dropping them in here, and they're making. And all of a sudden, I'm like, there's just a clip that's a minute long that I was like, I was so lost, and you guys are moving so fast.
Yeah, it would take me 3 days to do what you 100%. Just did in 10 minutes. No, listen. You ever ask somebody to do something for you on a computer, and you go, "What the hell?" And they go, "I'm bad with tech." You go, "No, you're just dumb. That's it, and that's okay. You're good at other things."
Like what?
You can make a good meatball. I don't know.
Wow.
That's important.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had that realization one Christmas. I bought my mom like a nice laptop, touchscreen, Microsoft Surface or something like that to surprise. Because I was like, she had like an old, slow desktop PC that she was typing her Facebook post. True story. This happened to me today. 87 paragraphs later, get to the point. And I was like, I'm going to get her up to speed. And that thing, I gave it to her and she's like, "Oh, I love it." I went home like a few months later, dude. This thing was covered in dust, sitting in might as well have been like a hieroglyph, like the tablets. I might as well have given her tablets with hieroglyphics on it because she's like, "Oh, okay." Well, I don't read this language. So
she learned how to work the tower computer, and that's what she knows, and that's what she's going to do.
There's a point where people are done learning
with technology. Yeah, I'm done learning.
And that's why I'm so impressed by my mom. My mom's 80-something years old, and like she uses an iPhone, and she gets real discouraged about herself. She's like, "Oh, I need help printing this," and I'm like, "Ma, like you're doing all right. Like you are far ahead."
And then you could show her something, and she'll still.
Yeah, and I mean, she goes to cards games and uses the MLB app, and like she listens to her or checks the scores on her score app. You know what I'm saying? Like that's impressive.
Does she have
Bluetooth?
Stuff.
She's got Bluetooth in her hearing aids. She
That's
walks
amazing.
around Kohl's and listens to our podcast. She's a podcast listener.
Some people are good. Some people are good with tech. Other people are just stupid, and that's fine.
It's true.
You have to choose, though. That whole line of like, there's an age where you stop learning. You have to choose, and I'm sure it gets harder and harder to say yes. Say yes to tech.
I'm going to get there
by 50.
Yeah, I'll be there soon. Don't want to learn anything else. I'm stuck on my ways. That's it.
My dad shut it down when Windows became electric. Car windows. He shut it down. He's like, "No, it's just more stuff to break."
That's it. More stuff to break.
You telling me I gotta flip a switch to move my chair back?
Does he know you have an electric car?
Oh no.
You haven't told him
I'm not
yet.
sure I've told him.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell him.
Stay in the will.
Dude, I just opened up my
head's gonna
phone to
explode.
see if my mom was texting me after I trashed her on the air. And there was a 10 Things I Hate About You clip playing, and there's 30 things in this clip that we just talked about. Like, it pans across the classroom, and it's like a desktop computer, one of those dot matrix printers. There's a boombox in the background with a cassette player on it, and I'm like, whoa. That was like a time capsule of our entire conversation.
All right, today's Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the RizzShow and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Red Bud, Illinois, Jonathan Leifer is our team. Jonathan has been a RizzShow listener since the very beginning, always talks about the topics discussed in the show with his wife and coworkers, appreciates the camaraderie between the gang and the variety of guests and games that are played on the show, and connects with Lern and Rafe the most because of their so-ill connection.
Right on.
Well, Jonathan Leifer from Redbud is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break in the morning. We'll come back with crap on celebrities at 7:15. It is Monday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a right lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 44 westbound after Murdoch. Your point forecast, broken clouds, high of 70 today. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio.
right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Coachella Festival had everything: cameos, financing, expensive hot dogs, and bomb threats. Which Van Halen song just hit 1 billion streams? Mickey Rourke, Stop Being So Creepy, and Women Go to Space.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And Bill Murray was at the pageant on Saturday night. How did that go? The STLtoday.com review is next.
Backstage at Point Fest, and this is, I gotta say, of all of the interviews that I've done, as far as the placement in conjunction with the show, this one is a little different because there's not going to be a show here tonight, but we've got Highly Suspect here to join us. So, gentlemen, hello, and I'm going to make this probably pretty awkward for all of us.
Happy to be here. Grateful to be here.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to see you guys again, and it has been a spell since we have heard.
So you are in the market for a new ride. Well, I'm going to make this very, very easy for you. Go to one place. It's called Mountaintop Motor Company, and you will be thanking me. So go to mountaintopmotors.com. You can check out their incredible lineup right now. If you're looking for a sedan, a minivan, an SUV, a Jeep, a truck, a work truck, whatever it is you need, they got it over there, and they go across the country. They find the most absolute insane vehicles. They bring them right back here to St. Louis, and this is why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews. And in fact, this is why people keep coming back to Mountaintop Motor Company to get their next vehicle, because it's up front. They're honest. They're absolutely incredible over there. And they have no hidden fees. They're not there to rip you off. They're here to actually help you get the vehicle you want. And when you drive off the lot, you are so excited. So go to mountaintopmotors.com. And again, check out their incredible lineup. And another thing that's wonderful is whenever you get there and you finally finalize your deal with them and you get your truck going, well, there's going to be no hidden fees. They don't have any of that stuff. They are honest and wonderful. So go to mountaintopmotors.com. Check out what I'm talking about and just reach out to them. If you're looking for a vehicle and they don't have it on the website, reach out to them. They will help you find it. Go to mountaintopmotors.com. That's mountaintopmotors.com.
It's Lux, and I'm joined by Josh from Bad Flower. Dude, what's up?
Cheers. How are you?
Cheers. I'm doing so well. I'm so glad we're getting to chat here.
What is that? You got stickers on your cup.
Oh my God, I got so many stickers. My vaccine sticker. I got my Canada sticker. I got all my good stickers.
Nice.
I'll hook you up with some stickers when you come here, because we'll be seeing you in less than 2 weeks at Point Fest, which is very exciting. Wow. And then after that, you got a record coming out, so we got a lot to chat about today. I'm excited.
Yes.
So where are you in the world right now? Because I know you guys are currently on tour. Are you like in a bunker somewhere?
No, we're not on tour. Road, right? I mean, we've just been doing like weekend festivals.
Well, you start on the 10th or 9th, right? You start this week.
Yeah, something like that. I'm in a barn. This is where I live. This is my home.
Still on the farm. How's farm life?
Farm life is great. I mean, it's been like very sparse. Like we've been doing shows over the weekend for the most part, or like just these random things. So it's go do a big drive, come back, spend like 2 days at home prepping for like the big headline tour, go leave again, try to come back and like get more stuff done. And like it's chaotic for sure.
Who's keeping track of Maggie? Who's keeping track of the
we have other people here who are watching.
Okay, good.
Thankfully, yeah.
Good.
And the other
were you able to do all of the recording for the new record from the barn?
A lot of it was done here, yeah, in this room.
That's exceptional. I mean, the last time we talked, you had just bought it. You were literally like moving in. 30 had just come out. Your birthday, July 2020 is when it came out. So happy belated 31st. You've now bypassed that. Hey man, I'm still
has lowered the prices on over 2,300 items around the store, and that's a huge number. You know, people complaining about how expensive groceries are now, but Schnook's doing something about it. 2,300 items. They've marked down price on things like Jack's Pizza and Ore-Ida potatoes and Tyson Family Pack chickens and Organic Girl salad kits. If you've had one of those 32-ounce Chimani yogurt tubs, got a lower price on that. Stock cold brew coffee, lower price on that. Now, by lowering prices on over 2,300 items, Schnook's, they're bound to have lowered the price on something you love. Just check out the digital shelf tags around the store. Find tons more items, all with lower prices. And, of course, you've got the Schnook's Rewards app. I'm always telling you how great their rewards program is. Now it's even better. Schnucks Rewards are getting personal. They've completely refreshed the program to add more personalized touches with new perks just for you. Now you get personalized savings, which are basically custom deals on the items you buy the most. You'll also get personal double points days, so you could earn 4% back on your entire card. Now, if you're already a member, you know how great it is. If you just became a member, you'll start seeing those benefits in the Rewards app. If not, it's the perfect time to sign up. Just download the Schnucks Rewards app and get yourself started. That's Schnucks.
All right, it is Memorial Day weekend. We just got up to the farm. Job number 1, feed the chickens. Let's go.
Here's 1 turkey. 2 turkeys. Yeah. All right, come on. To the chicken house.
Okay, gotta feed the chickens. Here's what they eat. Look in here. Oh. There, camera guy. Here we go. All right, chickens. Here we go. Who wants to eat? Hey guys, welcome back to the farm, and I think it's time to check out the chicken house. All right, welcome to the chicken house. Let's see inside. Check this out. Look in the nest. Duck eggs, those will hatch in about 28 days, and we'll have 5 more ducks hopefully on the farm. So here's the pen. The ducks hang out here, the chickens hang out here. The doors are normally open because they just wander around, but this is home base. And that little door there closes at 7 o'clock automatically, so everybody better be inside. So now you saw most of the animals. Next week, out to the field. We gotta do some work. Thanks for coming to the farm.
I'm so excited to be back here at Point Fest 2021, and for the very first time in person after multiple FaceTimes. Josh from Bad Flower, dude, you're really here.
You're a real person.
You are a real person.
A lot of times when people are looking to transition or change their life or do something, they're kind of worried, and you start measuring. Okay, well, what kind of debt do I have to pile on, or years do I have to delay? Valuable earning potential. Well, let me tell you about a situation that could be a dream come true for you. Lay the path for a new career as a floor layer apprentice with the Carpenters Union, and you can start today. And this is a get paid while you learn, so you don't have to pile on debt or delay years of valuable earning potential. You can explore this alternative path and earn while you learn. That is the model that will allow you to work hard and make money while learning the skills necessary for a successful career. And oh yeah, real-world experience on job sites to get paid in the process with union membership and union benefits. That's medical, dental, vision coverage, pension, annuity benefits, all of these things to help you and your family. Long-term, we're talking about long-term plans, a career, not just a job. So get started today. You can call them at 314-644-4800 or go to the website apply.ficstl.org. That's apply.ficstl.org. Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Clovis, I don't think you have a clue how bad this this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clovis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I take one of his shots and give him 4?
What? No.
Oh, that's happened. I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean,
of
that's a pretty. That's a pretty amazing friend right there.
In tribute?
Or I'll take one and I'll still shoot him 5 times.
I had 4 last week, and I'll tell you, it was excruciating.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RiZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. That's 314-649-3862. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. Rafe on relationships. That'll be coming up. I watched golf all weekend.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that sounds boring.
You know
as
what?
hell.
I had it on. I had it on in the background.
How'd you get out of the handcuffs?
I was, you know what? When it comes to the Masters, I actually do care. Like the one weekend, I actually care about golf.
Yeah, I'm having
It's super
man.
fun. It's good.
I wasn't offended.
Background too.
Okay, some people are, but I have a brand to uphold here.
I wasn't offended at all.
I'm very offended.
Golf normally is quite boring. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's something about the Masters that makes me pay attention.
Did you start crying with a piano song when it played, or?
Oh, like anytime they went into commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they add a bit of drama.
That song sucks.
And if you listen to my Spread Zone podcast, I did pick Rory McIlroy to win, although he almost blew it.
Mm-hmm. He tried.
Picked him on the air Friday. I would also like credit.
Okay, well, Rafe Williams gets credit as well.
Thank you.
And he almost blew it.
Man, did he ever.
Finished his first, got his first win. Bogey the 18 hole, dropping him into a tie with Justin Rose. It was a playoff hole, and Rory McIlroy wins. Do you know how much first place gets? First place at the Masters.
$1 million.
$4.2 million. And I can't imagine the pressure on those dudes.
Yeah.
What second place get?
$2.268 million.
So some guys tied. I was thinking about this yesterday because there was like at one point there was like 3 or 4 way.
I have exactly how much first through 52nd made.
Oh, so you get paid all the way down that.
My question is: there less money if you tie?
Haven't you seen Happy Gilmore, man? Remember when he gets when he gets
the
in
check
and
for
they
like
go, wait a second,
$20. Yeah.
I get paid to be last place.
So even if you make the Masters, you get 25 grand. Even if you didn't make the cut, so you get the first 2 rounds and they cut to see if you make the weekend. Even if you didn't make the cut, you get 25 grand.
Dang.
The 5 amateurs that were in the field, they do not get paid because they're amateurs. But yeah, those who do not make the cut will get 25 grand each. If you came in 52nd place, you get $49,980.
How much do the caddies get?
If I remember right, it was $5 for 9 holes.
No, that was your experience.
$12 for 18 holes, and screw you, the guy who was using the Fila clubs.
Now I'm sure whoever you're caddying for will give you a nice little bonus.
Thanks for the Gatorade.
Like I'm sure Rory McIlroy's caddy
gets a
nice.
I hope so.
It says here that you can get up to 10% for a win.
I wonder why I hate golf.
And you get a stipend.
I hate golf because it's too calm for me. I'm too much of a erratic person.
I wish I was.
Well, see,
It's
I would
really
love
my
that.
fault, I'm sure.
No, I hate golf because of my experience working for that country club, and then I'm bad at golf, and my ego doesn't handle being bad at things very well.
So McIlroy got 4.2 mil, Justin Rose 2.268 mil, Patrick Reed, who came in third, 1.428 mil, Scotty Scheffler 1 mil, tied for fifth. 2 people get 798,000, seventh place 703,000, tied for eighth 588,000. Yeah, up until 52nd place, where you get 49 grand, almost 50 grand.
Not a bad payday, no matter what.
Yeah, for a weekend's worth of work. But it is, obviously the best of the best. Getting into it to get into the Masters is.
That's probably why the guy that got second was so chill. He's like, yeah, it sucks, but I did make $2 million.
Yeah, 2.268
That eases the sting.
makes it better.
That eases the sting of second place for sure.
So,
you know what's weird to me about it? And I was telling Courtney this in the break room earlier this morning. It's weird. The golf post-celebration is so awkward because every other sport, you win a big thing. Masters is like the Super Bowl of golf. There's 4 Grand Slams. You win the World Series, confetti, crying. People are throwing champagne all over each other. It's erratic. It's chaotic. It's sexy in a way. I knew being the guys, we just weren't listening to the outside people. We were paying attention.
Half the team has goggles on because, and they have to put tarps over the lockers.
Yeah. And there's confetti, and there's people screaming, and they storm the field, and all this crazy. And in golf, you just kind of walk by yourself awkwardly for a very long time while you're crying. And
people can hear your sobs because you got to be quiet.
And then you walk into a weird, and I told you yesterday that I texted you. We were like texting back and forth as it was happening. And I was like, did you see the guy who was trying to hug his wife? Like there's some drunk bro behind the ropes trying to get a fist bump from Rory.
Get out of here.
Dude, let him have this. Like,
get out of here.
Weirdo. There's one guy. So it really stands out when it's one fan.
Well, and you walk to go get your jacket. Like they put a jacket on you.
So I'm saying then that
jacket.
whole thing. Like when you go sit and now it's like you just won the biggest thing and you're sitting there and like, hello, I'm Bob McElevey and I'm here with Rory, this year's winner of the green. It's just so calm and
Green
weird.
jacket, gold jacket.
Yeah. The presentation of the jacket is so like
Who gives?
monotone, Ben Stein that I'm like, it's such a weird thing to watch.
And that is why Happy Gilmore is the best film ever made.
Well, McElroy's in the new one.
Because they made it interesting, and he said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah, I saw it.
McElroy is the I guess sixth player to get the Grand Slam, the Masters, U.S. Open, the Open Championship, and the PGA Championship. So, good on him. Well, maybe this is a sport that's more exciting for people. If you are a degenerate gambler and you need something to bet on after the Masters, here's a fresh option. The newest sport you didn't have on your bingo card that's right, sperm racing. Sperm racing.
We finally made it, guys.
There is a startup in L.A., and they say they're launching the first sperm racing league. And they claim this is not a joke.
What, is there an egg at the end of the...
They are live streaming the first event on April 25th from the Hollywood Palladium Theater on Sunset Boulevard.
Is the championship called the Blasters?
How does one mark it?
That was good.
Thank you.
How do you, I mean...
Tickets to go see it in person go on sale today. They built a microscopic racetrack. So guys can go head-to-head and see who's got the fastest swimmers.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant...
Well,
I need to know where this track is. Like, is this in a fallopian tube? What is this?
No, they built a microscopic racetrack. The track mimics the dynamics of a woman's reproductive system. So I'm guessing there's no actual egg involved. They say the point is to bring attention to fertility and
What do
turn
they have,
health
just like-
into a competition because it's something you can train for just like for any other sport.
Is it like a little pork chop on the end of a rope, and that's what they're going for? Like, what do you mean there's not an egg? What else would sperm go towards?
Yeah, they have
Whatever
a
it
little
is
tiny,
mimics the dynamics.
they got a little fake egg on the inside of the track.
Yeah, a little stick.
Like the rabbit for the dog races.
Right.
Yeah, it just goes along a rail.
It's just a picture of Pam Anderson.
Quote, it's about making male fertility something people actually want to talk about, track, and improve. They say the new league will have everything other sports have, including press conferences, weigh-ins,
What?
play-by-play
Gatorade.
commentary, and betting. And you'll be able to
Weigh-ins.
pick your favorites and bet on the winners.
That's amazing.
The first race will feature competitors from UCLA and USC.
It's a shame
So a
I'm
real
retired.
crosstown rivalry.
So you,
Yeah, dude, we could both dominate this
It's
sport.
a shame I'm retired. Because
They eventually hope to get celebrities involved, and I would put my life savings on Nick Cannon if he's in there.
Oh, dude.
I would
He's
put
the
everything
goat.
on Nick Cannon.
Yeah, actually, it is a Nick Cannon trophy that you get.
Yeah,
if you
it's the
win.
Nick Cannon
The
Cup.
Cannon Cup.
That's a sport I will never
Going for
play,
this
by the
year's
way.
Cannon
This
Cup.
sport.
It gives a whole new meaning to money shot. I can tell you that.
That's right. Thank you, Rafe.
You're welcome.
Bill Murray was at the pageant on Saturday, and I wasn't sure. I saw he was coming. I wasn't sure what it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Was it a night of comedy? Was it a night of music? Was it music and comedy?
I felt like it was like Bill Murray Christmas, only not Christmas, just Bill Murray.
Well, here is the review from STLtoday.com. Anybody see this?
I did.
I did.
Anybody see what the review is, Scott? How do you think it went?
well, my wife told me the review, and it was
I have not
okay disaster.
heard or seen, but if you're featuring it on our show, I'm willing to bet it's not great.
This was written by Jasmine Osby on STLtoday.com. Bill Murray disappoints at sold-out pageant show, but Blood Brothers deliver. So Bill Murray disappoints at sold-out pageant show. And she writes, Saturday concert goers saw Bill Murray in a whole new light when the award-winning comedic actor performed with the blues duo the Blood Brothers at the pageant. Advertised as Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers, fans flooded the venue for the sold-out show to see the Groundhog Day actor. However, the names on the marquee should have been reversed, considering the Blood Brothers and their accompanying band stole the show. The Blood Brothers delivered with precision and excitement from beginning to end. Aside from a handful of Blood Brothers originals like Hey Sweet Mama, the band spent nearly 2 hours diving into everything from Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good to Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. And then there was Murray. Perhaps this is an epic side quest for the Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor. He spent most of his time on stage moving aimlessly, snapping his fingers and thrusting his fist across his torso, smiling with excitement. At times, Murray would choose from an array of random instruments towards the back of the stage, playing the bongos, the cowbell, even the tambourine on songs like Little Red Corvette. It felt like Murray was a die-hard fan invited to perform with his favorite band, occasionally popping in to sing vocals, while mostly serving as the band's personal hype man. Murray sang lead on 6 songs, giving his best performance during Wilson Pickett's In the Midnight Hour. Although he seemed unsure of himself at the start, Murray's unique vocals lent a weathered and aged sound to that song and others he performed. There were hints of backwoods gospel rhythms in his voice and a twangy, passionate undertone hidden in his unseasoned performance.
Sorry.
While he brought high energy during Like a Rolling Stone and started off vocally strong on Love the One You're With, Murray's movements were awkward at times and his voice crackled with excitement, and it struck him while singing.
That's not that bad.
I mean,
what did you think you were going to see? Like, this sounds like the show I would have bought it. If I had bought a ticket to this show, I'd be like, this is Bill Murray using his clout to hype up a band that's probably got a great acumen but not a big following. And he's going to sing a few songs and goof it up a little bit while some seasoned, accomplished musicians bang it out.
There were also moments he appeared to be confused about stage cues and seemed out of place when he wasn't singing. While his vocals on Catch Me If You Can were sung passionately, he stood too far away from the microphone, making him hard to hear. When he wasn't behind the mic, Murray seemed to disappear despite still being on stage.
wow. How do you disappear but still be on stage? That's excellent.
I mean, it sounds like an accurate review if you were there to review the show, but I think Rafe's right. Like, if you bought a ticket, you probably knew that this was coming. And you probably weren't all that disappointed. It's whatever.
I think
you got to be in the same room as Bill Murray.
Exactly. I think you buy a ticket just to be in the same room as Bill Murray.
You breathed the same air as Bill Murray, and that's what you bought.
I honestly think that's what you got into.
Yeah.
Me too. My friend did a meet and greet, my buddy Charlie. And I'm sure that was all he went for, was to be like, yeah, I'm going to meet him after the show. And he got to meet Bill Murray as a comic. I'm sure that was a huge deal. I would think that that's kind of, if you go see Billy Bob Thornton's band, are you going because you think Billy Bob Thornton is an amazing vocalist? Or are you going because it's Billy Bob Thornton's band? And the guys that
he would like you to think you're going to see his band.
And they're decent. They're decent. But, if you were going off of musical skills alone, you're probably going to buy a ticket to a different show. Like, you go see the Bacon Brothers. Are you a big Bacon Brothers fan? Or are you like, oh, Kevin Bacon and his brother are singing. That's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. There is this kind of thing. I feel like there is a...
he has a name. The brother has a name.
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
Tell you what, right now, dude, $1 million.
What is I'll look it up. You guys all guess the other Bacon Brothers name.
Okay, she looks it up. We all guess.
Chris.
Closest to the pin.
Okay, we'll go around. Everybody gets one guess.
He says Chris Bacon. What do you say?
John Bacon.
Chris Bacon sounds...
Okay, you're saying John Bacon? What are you saying?
Chris. I take Chris.
Yeah, I'll go.
Rafe?
Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Rafe.
No, you go ahead. I need time.
I'm going to say Terry Bacon.
Terry Bacon. Okay, go.
Oliver
Go
Bacon.
Okay.
Oliver Bacon.
John, Chris, Oliver, and Terry.
Don't tell us if we're wrong. We'll go around again.
You all are wrong. Oh. Well, suck at this.
Okay.
Brian.
Bacon brother. Held up. Go.
You said Brian?
You said
Brian.
Brian.
Scott Bacon.
Scott Bacon. Rafe.
Why do they all sound terrible?
Tom Bacon.
Tom Bacon. Go.
Michael
Ladies and gentlemen.
What? We got a winner?
There is a winner?
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a winner in this room.
Oh, no.
And who is it?
Come on.
Congratulations. The second Bacon brother next to Kevin Bacon is, in fact, Michael Bacon.
It's always Scott.
You win all the awards.
You are the guessing game
That
max.
was great, pal. That was great.
Thank you.
Forgetting
I'm so proud of you right now.
isn't here.
So we go from Michael Bacon.
Michael McBacon.
Michael
Back
Bacon.
to
Kevin
the
and Michael
point.
Bacon. Like, you go see Keanu Reeves' band Dog Star because Keanu Reeves is in the band.
Hell
Great
yeah.
point.
And the other guys.
Michael.
Do you
Name the
remember,
rest of Keanu Reeves.
All right, here we go. We'll go around. Remember Russell Crowe had a band, 30 Odd Foot Grunt.
Oh, yes. How could we forget?
Yeah, why?
Bruce Willis,
Why that
dude.
name? I don't get it.
Remember when Bruce Willis was doing all the blues stuff? And he was
He put a
decent.
record out. He's a good harmonica player.
He's a good harmonica player.
Steven Seagal.
Okay, vocalist. Yeah. Steven Seagal's reggae album. Who could forget?
It's a different time.
I mean, Hulk put an album out.
That's right. Macho Man's record is actually pretty good.
Me like punani.
So, listen, I don't know if people were disappointed or what. The reviewer did not like. Did not like the Bill Murray thing.
Or just accurately reviewed it. Listen, again, I think if you were there and you spent a ticket, you probably didn't like it either. But you got what you paid for. You got what you wanted.
I think it would just be cool to be there in the room and Bill Murray's on stage.
Yeah.
I would be okay with it.
Did anybody have Bill Murray sightings? Like, did he go to a party or anything? Didn't hear anything. Normally you hear
I
that
forgot he
went
was
to a
even
bar.
in town.
He dropped by the house, but I didn't want to answer the door.
Dang
That
it.
was nice of you.
Yeah.
I forgot it was even a thing this weekend.
I was on the phone with Michael Bacon. And,
Mike Bacon. All right, today is April the 14th. Back in the day, 160 years ago, Mary Todd Lincoln was like, "Hey, Abe, you know what? Let's go see a play." And Abe's like, "What's at Ford's Theater? What's at Ford's Theater tonight?" And she goes, "Our American Cousin. I've made all the arrangements." And he's like, "Okay, let's go to the play." And we all know what happened next.
You ever been to Ford's
Encore.
Theater?
No.
I have. It's quite creepy because they have the little balcony all set up still, and you go in there and it's a little bitty place, and you're thinking to yourself, the ghost of Abe Lincoln is here. It's wild.
Well, he died across the street. So he was shot in the head. He was mortally wounded at the theater. They brought him across the street where he died the next day.
And I think you can visit that as well. I think that's still set up.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Do we know whose idea it was to go to the theater that night? Was it Mary Todd's
It was
idea?
probably Mary
and he's like,
Todd's,
"No,
dude.
I really don't want to go. I just got a bad feeling."
He hasn't been out for a while.
And she's like, "We're going.
We're going. I already got tickets. We're
She
meeting.
curled her hair up.
Didn't they go with another couple? We're meeting. We've arranged to meet the Smiths.
We're going with
He's
the
probably
Bacons."
like, I don't even like that guy, but I got to be friends with him because Mary's in the
Mary's
same
into
sewing
it.
circle as Lydia. This guy gets on my nerves.
And it's our last day to use
He's going to
the
talk about
coupon.
my hat. Every time I see him, he's like, cool hat. I get it, man. I get it,
Yeah.
Steve. You don't like my hat.
It'll be fine.
probably.
So that was 160 years ago. That exact conversation happened.
Do we know? Let's do another around the room. What play was it?
It was Our American Cousin.
Well, all right.
I already said it.
We already knew.
I already said it.
Well, I want
We
to
could
see
still-
who
I
was
like the
listening.
fun,
We
though.
could
I
still
like
go around
to
the
have
room.
fun.
I want to see who's listening.
123 years ago, in 1902, J.C. Penney opened his first store in Karimer, Wyoming.
What did the JC stand for?
Okay, we'll go around the room.
Yeah.
What did the J stand for?
What did the JC?
John Cole.
John.
Okay, go. What do you think?
I missed the question.
The
sorry.
J and J.C. Penney.
The J and JC.
Oh.
JC.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
What does JC stand
yeah,
for?
Yeah, that is.
Because I got an answer.
It's not. John.
I have the answer too.
Oh.
What is it? What is the J.C.? So you said John
Cole.
John
Oh.
Cole.
Give me Jeffrey Charles.
Jeffrey Charles.
I'm
Great.
surprised you didn't say a different JC. I'm just saying.
Jeff Chuck.
He would never. That's blasphemous.
You said Jeff Chuck? That's a pretty good guess. I'm going to say Jasper. Jasper Center Bottom.
All right. Lern,
Cornelius.
what's
I've
the
already
answer?
looked it up.
The answer is
James
Cash. That's right.
Oh,
C is for cash, buddy.
Johnny's brother.
So it's James Cash Penny.
James Cash Penney.
115 years ago in 1910, President Taft begins the tradition of throwing out a baseball on opening day.
What was President Taft's first name?
113 years ago in 1912, The unsinkable Titanic collides with an iceberg on its maiden voyage and begins sinking. Did you clap to that?
Sorry.
Well,
clap for that?
That was a remorseful clap. What?
I thought.
113 years ago, the Titanic collides with an iceberg.
Can I just say this?
What?
My God.
Yeah! Scott.
We've only been on the air for almost 2 hours, and JCPenney and the Titanic have had 2 synchronized synchronicities on this show so far. So I just want to say, like, something weird is happening with the universe, and I'm here for it.
What?
What do you mean?
In the 6 o'clock hour, we talked about JCPenney buying concert tickets there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I said, because of the violinist at the Town and Country Home Market parking lot,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the Titanic.
Oh, okay.
That's
Come on now. Here we
weird.
go. Then we're going down the right path.
I like this.
25 years ago in the year 2000, Metallica files a lawsuit against Napster.
And they were right all along.
But they wound up being the villains. And 9 years ago in 2016, Prince plays his last concert at the Fox Theater in Atlanta as he dies a week later. His last song was...
Party like it's 1999.
P control.
Let's go.
P control. Go.
Freebird.
No, it was
Purple Rain.
It was Purple Rain. That's right. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
All right, we start with this, guys. Anybody go to Coachella this weekend? Scott,
No,
what's
bro,
up?
I was there.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
My bikini.
Weekend 1 of Coachella is in the books, guys. Many attendees, they secured their tickets through an installment plan. That's where we are in 2025.
It's so freaking expensive, right?
60% of the general admission ticket buyers at this year's festival opted to use Coachella's payment plan, where
my
buyers were
God.
charged $41 in upfront fees to enroll, with nearly 100,000 attendees expected. That fee alone generates more than $4 million, split between the ticketing company and the promoter. Tickets were around $600, but most
man,
festival goers
jeez.
were spending over $1,000 for housing and food as well. I saw a burrito, a plate of rice, and a Coke, and somebody said it was $100 for those 3 items.
God.
And people were taking an $800 private jet. Talking about not eco-friendly West Coast people. People were taking this private jet to avoid the traffic, which was at a standstill for multiple
I saw
hours.
pictures. It was so hot there.
Yes.
And the line to get in was over 2 hours long.
Some attendees were stuck in their cars for up to 12 hours trying to enter the Indio Polo Club where Coachella is held.
That sounds like something I would never go to.
Total nightmare.
You know, usually I'm not a complainer about like prices at places, you know, airports or sporting events or whatever. $64 for just a burger and fries for me and my son at the Cardinals game.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah,
Wow.
$64. We went on Friday, and I was like, "Dang, dude!"
I told you, man. 4
Hey,
burgers, 4 fries, and 4 waters at the Dome were 130 something bucks.
Yeah,
It's inflation.
I mean, shout out to the Cardinals for the tickets. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. $64 though for Freddy's, by the
Yeah.
way.
That sucks. 4-time attendee of Coachella says it was truly the worst experience ever. Also super disappointing because of how much money we spent at the event we really loved.
Who's even okay? I know you know.
I know.
Who played Coachella this year?
Lady Gaga,
Yes.
Benson Boone.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Billie Eilish was there, but she wasn't
She
playing.
cameoed with
Who
Charlie
headlined
XCX.
one of the nights?
Lady Gaga.
Okay, and the other night was
Green Day?
Green Day. Yeah, Green Day.
And then Yo Gabba Gabba played.
I was thinking about this. Coachella is definitely in my wheelhouse these last 2 years. No Doubt played last year. Deftones played last year. This year, Misfits, Lady Gaga. I mean, they're trying to get me back. They're trying to get me to Coachella.
Would
as a
you
40-year-old.
go to the desert to go see this?
I wanted to at some point, yeah, but not. I mean, I'm past that
You're past
time.
that?
I'm past that time. Speaking of the people who performed, Weezer slipped in a cover of Metallica's Enter Sandman during their Saturday set at Coachella. The same song they covered for the 2021's Blacklist, an album Metallica songs performed by different artists. Here is some Weezer doing Metallica.
That. That was taken from the porta potty.
That was taken from the porta potty. And, you know, Weezer's set came just days after bassist Scott Schreiner's wife, Jillian Lauren, was shot by LAPD, refusing to drop a handgun, and also
yeah.
booked for attempted murder. She's out on $1 million bond. Queen guitarist Brian May popped up for a little cameo on the Coachella stage on Friday to help singer Benson Boone perform Bohemian Rhapsody. And he was channeling Freddie Mercury with his cool jumpsuit and stuff. He actually jumped over Brian May's head. Here's a little Benson Boone with Brian May.
Okay. He's got a thing going on. His whole
thing.
He's kind of the jump guy. He's doing a lot of jumping over and off of stuff.
Hey,
really
there's only one jump guy.
Ah, yes.
And we'll get to him later.
Oh no!
And I like the way Brian May came out. He kind of came out from the middle of the stage.
Yeah, like cool as hell.
Riser.
So all the 20-year-olds could go, "Who's that old guy?"
Who's that guy?
Grandpa's on stage. Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong made an appearance during the Go-Go's performance at Coachella on Friday night, one of the first shows from the New Wave legend since 2022. Here is Billy Joe with the Go-Go's performing Head Over Heels.
That sounds terrible.
That was also streamed live from the port.
That was from the parking lot.
Lady Gaga's
Still waiting to get in.
Headlining set on Friday was insane, which it really was. I got to see some clips of it. I don't know if I've ever seen a performance that was filmed like Lady Gaga's was. She had a huge chessboard, and she had previous versions of herself, like obviously other people dressed up as her, come out for certain eras of her music.
Oh, cool.
And I thought it was extremely good.
And brave.
And I
very
loved
brave
it.
of her.
She has a big badass band, and the drummer's like a 20-year-old young dude who's just a shredder. He's
Really?
a super cool kid, and he is living the dream.
Well, somebody said
$600 a ticket.
you better damn well be.
You better shred.
Listen, that Lady Gaga set, a lot of people are saying it is the best in the history of Coachella. So that's really saying something.
That means a lot to me.
Thank you. Weird Al made his Coachella debut, joining Yo Gabba Gabba for the classic Muppet track, The Rainbow Connection. Scott, your thoughts?
I think it's awesome.
Good.
I was so excited that I didn't know Yo Gabba Gabba was there, and then
Me too.
I saw all the Weird Al stuff in my feeds, and I'm like, good for you,
Good
buddy.
for you, pal.
They streamed Coachella on YouTube. Did anybody remember?
For freezies?
For free.
No, last year I watched it for Couchella, but no, this year I forgot. I didn't even realize what was happening.
You call yourself a fan.
Missy Elliott went full on Transformers, starting her set as a car, then morphing into herself. So that was cool as hell. Charlie XCX brought out some big guns for her set. Troye Sivan, Billie Eilish, and Lorde. We're having a Lorde summer, the ladies have said and announced. Okay. A California man was arrested after he allegedly admitted a bomb threat on the Coachella Music Festival. His name was Davis Darvish. Davis Darvish.
Davis Darvish.
Davis Darvish.
Middle name is Kevin.
Made the threat by telling security at a nearby casino in California about his intentions. When Darvish was detained, local police found no weapons or explosives, and now he is also being held on $1 million bail.
Davis Darvish. I stick by my story.
Britney Spears touched down in Mexico the other day for a little vacay, and one of her bodyguards was carrying a baby doll wrapped in a pink blanket and had to carry it like a real baby. Now, Britney does have a doll collection, which is, not uncommon, but a little creepy. But the fact that she has to take one with her when she travels has a lot of people talking. And it also had to be carried and cared for like a real child by a very big bodyguard.
Oh, this woman is...
Oh, man.
There's lots going on there.
A lot of stuff going on there.
Free Britney.
Here's another thing that's going on, you guys.
Worked out well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What song do you think from Van Halen's catalog just surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify?
Is it their first one? Do we know?
Their first billion streamer?
First billion?
I don't have that in front of me. I'm not going to say yes or no because I don't know.
Okay.
Is it Jump?
It's Jump, yeah.
Is it Jump?
It's Jump.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If it's their first one, it better be Jump.
Well, it is. And it was their only number one song from 1984. And now it is 1 billion streams. And Alex Van Halen says, hey, thanks to all the fans for listening. So thanks
Man,
a lot.
I saw something that would have made you guys so very happy. I was at I went to see John Hughes Experience play Diamond Music Hall on Saturday. And the men's room has the Roth Van Halen logo. and the women's room has the Hagar.
That's
era.
right.
Van Halen logo.
I do like that.
I will be going into the men's room at Diamond Music Hall. Prepare.
I'll tell you all about it.
Mickey Rourke's time on the UK version of Celebrity Big Brother was mercifully short. He's been bounced from the show due to inappropriate language and unacceptable behavior. It started with some comments
That guy?
to JoJo Siwa
Mickey Rourke, yes.
about her sexuality. He also displayed threatening and aggressive behavior towards the Love Island contestant Chris Hughes. And the bad behavior, Bella Thorne came out and took to social media to reveal that working with Mickey on a movie a few years back was one of the all-time worst experiences of her life, saying, quote, "This effing dude, gross. I had to work with this man in a scene where I'm on my knees and my hands zip tied around my back. He was supposed to take a metal grinder to my kneecap, and instead he used it on my genitals through my jeans, hitting them over and over again. I had bruises on my pelvic bone." Mickey's rep says he adamantly denies any intentional misconduct. Just across the board, all of it.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy.
I saw a
He's
clip
a nice
and I'm like, ugh. Like a clip from the show where he was like, you know, using the F slur in front of JoJo Siwa and then about asking for a cigarette, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
What are you
This guy's
doing?
like, who let Grandpa out?
Why is he on that
And he
show?
looks like, I mean,
How old is
because
he
he has no
these days?
career. Because he's burned his career down twice, probably from this kind of behavior, I'm sure. But
like being just difficult. Well, he was good in that movie, The Wrestler.
it was great.
Yeah.
He was great in
He didn't realize it was an allegory for his own career.
Iron Man.
He was Whiplash. Yeah, he had a little thing going on for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Does he wear a wig?
His
Are we
whole
on
head
rep
is
control here? Yeah, I was going to say, some of these
His replacement.
photos look like he looks like a doll.
And you see him in person, it looks even more intriguing.
When did he touch you? What happened?
No, there's a restaurant that was near where I worked at in Beverly Hills, and he was there all the time.
Did
So
he touch your genitals?
Yeah, he
Did he
did with a
slap you in the
grinder.
genitals?
The grinder?
Yeah.
He better
Pepper
not have,
grinder.
Scott. I'll be mad.
He took a pepper grinder to Scott's job.
No, he seemed quite pleasant
Say
actually
when.
there. But it's during his good time. I think it was on his revival, you know, when he was coming up, because he seemed very nice there.
Guys, how jealous are you that the first all-female space crew is going into space this morning?
They're going in about
8:30.
Yeah, half hour.
Right? Yes. When does this happen? I have it
It's
written down. 8:30.
Katy Perry.
Name everybody who's going up to
okay.
space. Go.
Ready.
Go.
Katy Perry.
Yes.
Jeff Bezos' girlfriend.
And her name is?
Her name is, wait.
Michael.
It's
Lauren
something
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Lauren Sanchez. Very good.
Gail King.
Gail King.
Harriet Tubman.
No.
Harriet Tubman.
Margaret Thatcher.
No. Okay.
No bad
You guys are
guesses.
bad at women. Here we go. Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nugent, and Carrie Ann Flynn.
You didn't know those people.
I don't know these people.
Yeah.
I'm probably mispronouncing all of their names
Well,
as
who
well.
are they?
Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, Gail King, though. Those are the two that we are all most familiar with. I just keep thinking about how I'm worried about Gail King for some reason.
Why?
I'm worried that she's going to have that she's going to crap herself in space. I really do. I love Gail King. I'm thinking about how she has to feel right now.
Space diapers.
And she has that detonator that
know,
Oprah
but
put on her.
I'm worried about Ope.
If she gets too far from Oprah, it explodes.
Well,
I agree.
and that too
I
is
think it's like that
upsetting.
movie Hancock. I think it's like that movie Hancock. Like they're neither of them are mortals, and they have to be close together for their powers to work. And if Gail goes to space, Oprah might wither away.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope not. Now, listen, their 11-minute flight will be blasting off at 8:30 from Blue Origin's Van Horn, Texas base. All the ladies are in there. They're in a suborbital vehicle. It's going to take off at 8:30, and then we're going to be able to live stream the launch on Blue Origin's website and then on the company's YouTube and X pages. The broadcast will also be viewed on space.com's website and their YouTube channel. This is exciting, but I'm also worried. I don't know.
too.
I'm worried about it. Why
This
am I
is,
so worried?
You know, look
I
at,
get it, man. As you were saying it out loud, my stomach flipped because I started. It's because we remembered the Challenger.
Yeah.
And we're
Look
just
at-
like, God, if that would be such
Please,
a
no.
tragedy if that happened.
So Jeff Bezos' girlfriend,
Lauren Sanchez.
Look at her before she got with him and after.
Look at him before he got with her and after.
Well, he was already getting jacked before he got with her.
He looked like a tadpole.
Yeah, but he was already getting jacked before he got with her. But look at her before and after.
I mean, she's always been bubbled up though, right? Like,
No.
what does she look like? I don't know. I've
passed
never
out.
She
looked at her.
very naturally,
Oh, yeah.
Lauren Sanchez before and after Bezos.
like a very naturally good-looking woman. Now it's like,
Yeah.
She looks like a dire wolf now. And I mean that in kind of a loving way. I don't know.
You don't.
She looks like Mickey Rourke.
She does look a little bit like Mickey Rourke.
And Mickey Rourke does look like a Real Housewife of Orange County.
Yeah, you're right. Before all of the plastic surgery, she's
hot
pretty.
as hell.
It happens.
Okay, now I'm going to look up Jeff. You think Jeff Bezos has had some work
He
done?
was like a nerd. A nerdy-looking guy. And now he's like,
He was like Kevin Spacey with hair. Strange.
Now he's so buff.
Yeah. Well, good for them
Oh
if
my
they
goodness.
love it.
Yeah, she is so beautiful.
Right? And then she overdid it with, listen, I hope she's happy.
I hope she's happy too.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there that she's doing okay.
Yeah, she's going to space
she's
today.
all right.
She's married to the...
I hope their space flight goes well. I really do. I hope Gail's okay. I'm worried about her.
Yeah, she's
pray
going to
over that.
space and she gets to
comes
come back to
Jeff.
half the world's worth.
Yeah. There's a new documentary out now exploring the life of John Lennon and Yoko Ono after the Beatles split. It's called 1-to-1 John and Yoko, and it tells the story of their move in life in the early 70s to New York City.
Andrew says, since it's an all-female flight, the blinker will be on the entire time.
And they'll all be all
Spacecraft.
synced up, too. It's going to be a whole thing. It's fun. And I'll just end crap on with some RIPs. Actor Nicky Katt from Boston Public and Dazed and Confused has passed away. No cause of death. He was young, though, only 54.
Nicky Katt.
Yeah, Nicky Katt. I had to look him up because I'm like, what was he in Dazed and Confused?
Yeah,
And he's kind of like a side character.
Whoa.
I don't know. I didn't recognize his face, to be honest.
Mickey Katz?
Nicky Katt. K-A-T-T.
He's one of those faces that what movie is it? I'm trying to think of that he's in that's pretty
him.
funny.
Yeah,
Mickey
the cougar.
Katt.
What was it?
Cat with a K?
Cat
and
with a
two
K.
Oh, yeah, this guy's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He was in Boston's Public.
Yeah.
Something like
Who was
that.
he in Dazed and Confused?
He plays like a machine head and like a motorhead guy in Dazed and Confused.
Oh, he's the guy that gets into the fight with Adam Goldberg?
Oh, yeah.
He was like the bully that gets at the moon tower.
Who's Adam Goldberg?
Adam Goldberg's the nerd.
The nerd
Dude,
from
he was
Dazed
in
and
the
Confused.
Burbs.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, and also director Ted Kotcheff has died. He was 94. His films include First Blood, Weekend at Bernie's, and the underseen masterpiece called Wake in Fright, which I will be watching this weekend.
Okay.
And that was your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Abigail Breslin is 29. Chris Wood is 37. That's the He-Man. He-Man on Netflix's Masters of the Universe. Claire Coffey is 44. She's on Grimm. Sarah Michelle Gellar is 48. Rob McElhenney is 48. Adrian Brody is 52. Anthony Michael Hall is 57. Greg Maddux, the former baseball legend, is 59. Robert Carlyle, that's Rumpelstiltskin on Once Upon a Time, also in Stargate Universe, is 64. Brad Garrett, the 6'8" Robert Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond. You know that guy and his voice? He's 65. Peter Capaldi, that's the 12th Doctor on Doctor Who. Also Cardinal Richelieu on the Three Musketeers is 67. Richie Blackmore, that's the former Deep Purple guitar player and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, is 80 years old. And Pete Rose is dead.
Yep.
But he would have been 84. He died last year.
Hey, Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny and Mystic Quest on Apple TV, they quietly canceled that show. And people are all up in arms about that.
It was pretty good.
I watched a couple episodes. It's pretty good.
That's about the soccer team?
No. That's
What is this?
That's Welcome to Wrexham. The Mystic Quest is he's basically like the CEO of a video game franchise.
Oh, I
or
never
like
even
a-
heard of it.
Kind of like World of Warcraft.
It's pretty funny.
F. Murray Abraham is in the first season.
Watch your language.
And
And so is the guy from Aviato from Silicon Valley. That dude's in it.
which guy?
Oh God, what's his name?
Anyway, it was a good show and they canceled it. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Christina Rose. And today's birthday girl has been in 1,108 fine films, including All About Redheads. She was in Apple Bottoms 5, Ask for Days 5, Best Butts in the Biz, Big Slippery White Butts 4, Buns of Anarchy, Rafe's favorite, Destination Tonsils 2.
That one's informational, too.
Moon's favorite, Face Invaders 4, It's a Secretary Thing 2, Nymphomaniac Confessions, and Who Can Forget Her Role? In 2013's, and this is Lern's favorite, snail trails.
Yes, guys, it's
damn,
really
bro.
cool. It's it's anime.
Let's do Danny Putty or Pooty.
Oh, yeah. He was in Community.
Community.
Christina Rose is 41 years old. That's porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays now. We should crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with sex time fun facts. Am I the a-hole for letting my husband get a paternity test instead of convincing him not to? The 26-year-old bride and her 79-year-old millionaire fiance, and the lip service dilemma. All that and more. Sexy time fun facts. They are next. And what's the 10-date rule? You know about this? The 10-date rule? 8:06, Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 270 eastbound between 44 and 40. Average speed about 25 miles an hour. Your point forecast, broken clouds, high of 70. Right now to 65 at the Point Studio.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I love the album. Wonderful, Wonderful is out now. It is it's such a great record. I think very much worth the wait. I want to know first things first about Jackknife Lee. That produced this record for you. I know there were a couple of other guys as well that did a track, but I want to know about a producer and what his role is with you guys and how you know he's the right one to work with you guys on something like this.
Well, it's different. I mean,
You've heard me talk about Centric, and why have you not done anything about it? Find out for yourself how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months. Not 4 years, 4 months. And do this with St. Louis's leading IT training company. Centric is the longest running, most experienced entry-level tech training program in the country. The programs train you on the most current technologies employers are using because, unlike the four-year schools, they could quickly adapt their curriculum to match the changes in the job market. And that's the ultimate goal. They know that, you want to get a job, you want to get a great IT job. That's why job search assistance is a huge part of the program over there at Centric. In addition to your tech training, they know there are other skills that need to be developed to help you find that right job. Centric's career services team provides students with seminars and workshops and other services throughout the training that prepare you for your job search, and they help you land that new IT job. Over 1,700 companies have hired Centric grads. Hit up centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
Joined in the Point Studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that did cause nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually, and now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
So yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed that indicated that there was definitely a crowd for it.
Absolutely.
But, going from there to here, it's a long...
What's going on at Lowe's, and Lowe's knows. Lowe's knows how to help you save, especially since it is Springfest, and I'm sure you had a lot of spring landscape stuff and needs. Well, they have so many things. Incredible deals of the day, top picks, lawn and garden stuff, appliances, outdoor tools and equipment, all of that. Plus, they have that My Lowe's Rewards program where, the benefits are coming in hot, and Lowe's knows how to help you how to help you save on top products, especially during Missouri Show Me Green Sales Tax Holiday, happening April 19th through the 25th. You can get up to 35% off select Energy Star appliances, the LG 24-inch dishwasher. Save big on an LG Turbo Wash front load washer and dryer. Listen, Lowe's knows how to help you save. Again, that Missouri Show Me Green Sales Tax Holiday is April 19th through the 25th, but every single day there are incredible deals. And like I said, deals of the day, it's lawnmower season. Maybe you need a new refrigerator or interior doors. That's what we're looking at right now, and we go to Lowe's. So check them out online, Lowes.com. Pick up in-store today or get same-day delivery on certain things. Check it out again, Lowes.com.
All right, here we are backstage, Way Back Point Fest, with the boys from Lit. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you again.
We're doing great. Great to see you guys.
Okay, first and foremost, I hear that there is illness sweeping through the Lit camp. Can we confirm, deny, what's going on?
I'd rather not use the word sweeping through because it's just one guy.
Okay.
At the moment, and luckily we're at the tail end. We got like less than a week left of the tour.
Man, so you're hanging on.
We've been out for over 10 weeks, or about 10 weeks, and that's not bad. And
logistical question for those of us that have never had to do this. And obviously, the advent of the urgent care probably changes the game a little bit. Yeah. But when you guys are in East Lansing or wherever the hell, and you're nowhere near home, somebody gets sick, it gets to the point where you're like, we got to do something. What do you do?
We have doctors we can call, and they'll phone in a prescription. I'm surprised he didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Make it things hard on himself.
That's all right.
It is Labor Day. Thanks, Christian.
Well, so new album is out as we speak.
Yeah,
correct?
Album's out.
I find it very interesting to me, and it seems as though the reviewers are the first ones to point out how different a record is, where the fans, and I've seen you guys even talk about this, go, no man, our fans know that this is, our music is a part of everything. We do a little bit of everything. So it seems like the reviewers are more surprised than the actual fans are, yes?
Yeah, I think usually for me, you're just talking about that. Of course.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Usually, and he answers the phone.
Right, that's like doing.
I was going to say, the naysayers usually are the ones that haven't. It's off now. Let me see that phone. Yeah. There it is. You just totally almost a hard drop. Are we going to edit this? Or are we just going to?
No, we're going to keep it in, man. This is how it goes.
Usually people that have kind of been out of the loop over the course of the last 18 years, 20 years, and then they hear a new song. It doesn't matter if it's like, to me, I use the analogy like looking back at pictures of your friends 20 years ago, or like hanging out at with the group you hung out with and the things you did and the things you wore, and then fast forward 20 years, you're going to be shocked by what you see. You're going to be like, oh, Jesus, I haven't seen you in forever. The fans that have followed along, they've kind of been along with the growth of the band, and although this new record has taken a little bit of a turn, it's stuff that we as a band have been indulging in over the past almost 10 years, and riding in Nashville and recording in Nashville. And
care, self-confidence. Parkrest Plastic Surgery is going to help you out. It's their mission over there at Parkrest to provide the highest level of care to help you achieve your cosmetic goals with natural-looking results, so when you look good, you feel good. Their focus is to build your confidence. Achieve your goals with the most natural-looking results possible. They want you to look and feel like you at your very best. Now, Parker's Plastic Surgery, not your cookie-cutter providers where patients all lead to practice with similar results. No. They cater their treatments and procedures and surgeries to each individual to make sure everyone leaves happy with that major confidence boost. And the stigma of plastic surgery, that's a thing of the past. If you're looking to minimize fat and hard-to-target areas, they got you. They also offer at Parkcrest one of the only FDA-approved procedures to dramatically reduce the appearance of cellulite. It's called a Veli. It's a quick in-office procedure performed under local anesthesia with little to no downtime. Literally breaks the bands that cause the dimples in the skin from cellulite. Book yourself a consultation. See for yourself. ParkCrestPlasticSurgery.com. ParkCrestPlasticSurgery.com.
Everywhere you look at me, you can see I'm in a brace. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. And every time I look at you, girl, you know it's true. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. Hello, hello, hi. Howdy, hello, hi. That was Beyonce's Halo.
Hey, happy birthday, Rizz.
So we got a couple guests this week. Coming in Thursday is, I believe he's Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame goalie Ed Belfour, formerly of the Chicago Blackhawks. I would make it would be a safe assumption to say he's a Hall of Fame goalie. He's going to be at McAdoo's, which is a liquor store owned by our buddy Mike McKenna. Mm-hmm. So he's doing, I guess he's got a whiskey out. So, but he's going to come in before. So we'll chat with Ed Belfour. I know Lern's very excited.
I am.
On Friday, we'll chat with Rome, formerly of Sublime with Rome, who is performing at Ballpark Village on Saturday.
Dude, the Rizz Show with Rome.
Belfour and Osgood are the two people that I've probably, 100%. Those are the two people that I've harassed the most at any sporting event ever.
Really?
It was just during a period where, like, me and my friends were at a lot of hockey games, and it was a lot of Red Wings games and a lot of Blackhawks games.
Yeah.
And it was harass the goalie if you were anywhere near that end. For
Well,
two
you
of those
should
periods.
apologize to him.
I don't know, man. Felt like it was kind of part of the game.
You gonna tell him that you did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and all we
And
would
say you're
do
sorry.
was just yell his name for
Maybe for you, it's the final piece of the puzzle.
60 minutes. Well, I get to close it up.
Yeah,
And be like,
close
hey,
it
man,
up.
listen.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, you came out on top, and I'm still here chirping at goalies.
Listen, and we'll ask him. I'm sure he's heard some gnarly stuff from opposing fans.
Yeah, we were never like vulgar or anything. We would just scream. We would just yell their name.
Remember a game we were at and they threw somebody out because they were harassing the backup goalie?
Oh yeah. On the bench.
On the bench. Like,
Yeah.
it was enough where our security's like, stop. And then the guy wouldn't stop, and they're like, you got to go. Like, you've gone over the line.
Yeah, it's regrettable. We were probably horrible to the people around us. But that was also one of the games that we were harassing Osgood, and all of a sudden it smelled really, really bad. No, it just smelled awful. And sure enough, this bag right in front of us was like all nasty and gooey and greasy. And my buddy realized what was happening. I didn't know what this was, but he goes, oh no, octopus. And like started screaming, get that guy. And the guy that was sitting next to us had just opened a bag, had a full-on raw octopus, and threw it onto the ice, which I guess is some Detroit thing.
Oh, that's a Detroit thing, yeah.
They used to do it at Riverman games in Peoria, too.
Well, at Red Wing games, they would throw octopi.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
On the ice.
It is a weird position. Goalie is the only position in hockey where you stand still. The whole, like, you don't get to, like, the other guys get to skate past the razzing.
Yeah, move around.
You might get one
annoy
guy. You're just stuck in a little box where everyone's like, "You suck."
Also, think about
the whole game.
Think about outfielders for baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a right fielder and you're at Yankee Stadium, you are hearing some stuff. You're like, "Ooh, man, I didn't even know those were words
Brutal.
that were,
Yeah.
Yeah, an empty ballpark is really fun, though, if you can sit at the right spot, like by first
I've
base.
never heard such vulgarity. All right, Lern. When you buy a new outfit,
Yes.
you go to the store, you buy some new clothes. You wash them first?
Not all the time. I'm a trash person. This is one of my trashy traits. Sometimes I get excited. I'm going to wear it tomorrow, and I don't want to do a stupid load of laundry because I just did a load of laundry. So,
you got a new outfit sitting in your closet. Right on the, you came from wherever store, you put it, and you're going to wear it tomorrow?
Yeah, if it smells cool, it doesn't look weird, put it on me.
Even though it's brand new and fresh off the rack, your clothes are probably carrying more than just style, Lern.
Why do we
retailers often treat clothes with chemicals like formaldehyde to keep them from looking, to keep them looking crisp, during shipping. And that could cause skin irritation, allergic reactions, especially if you've got sensitive skin. But wait, there's more. I read about this morning. Your new clothes have been handled by a lot of people before they even get to you. From factory workers to store employees to other shoppers trying them on. And they could be carrying ringworm.
Cool. Excuse me?
What?
Yeah.
I don't care.
The fungal infection that spreads quickly on the skin.
There's a topical steroid for that. We're fine.
Well, it's like that.
No problem?
The flight suits we got, remember mine?
Oh,
I didn't realize I was wearing it.
Yours had crabs in it.
Yeah, it was already smelling. And
that's what he
you
told
survived.
His wife. I got the crabs from the flight suit we bought for RizzShow Live. That's it.
Yeah, it's gross. Every time I do it, I'm like, ooh, this is disgusting.
We're now
but
talking fungal infections.
You play the stats.
Yeah.
Dude, I had fungal infections all throughout high school. Like, my nickname on my soccer team was Fungus because I would get eczema and fungal infections from my shin guards. Listen.
No wonder you're so obsessive.
I worked so hard because I was so bad. I was hanging out with a bunch of dudes on my beer league in high school at the Tesson Ferry, whatever it's called. Was it? Concord. And yeah, I did not properly clean my shin guards. And so I had fungal infections. So maybe
fungus.
Don't, this doesn't scare me.
God, that's funny.
So ringworm, on top of that, all those leftover dyes from manufacturing, they could rub off on your skin, potentially causing more irritation, allergic reactions.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than a fresh pair of socks. Come on. You know what I mean? I don't care what manufacturing juices are still on there.
You want unwanted fungi.
A new sock. Even a new shirt. You only get one time.
I know, there's one thing. I don't know. I feel it's different if you put a new pair of socks on because they're in a bag.
They're on your foot.
But they've still got the manufacturing worries. Ain't nothing better.
I guess we're rolling the dice. All right, let's do sex time fun facts. And it's sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
All right, I got a couple different scenarios here, and I'd like your opinions on these. And these are all true stories. At least that's what the internet says. True stories. So this one, my husband of 6 years is divorcing me because he discovered that our firstborn child is not his.
Okay.
A friend sold me out. My husband demanded a paternity test, which came out negative. The child is 5 this year. Am I wrong to think my husband is overreacting?
Gosh. You're an a-hole and a fool.
Good question.
I love how much in 3 short sentences this person put accountability on everyone but themselves. My best friend sold me out.
Yeah, I could not believe these first couple sentences.
Sold me out.
Again, I'll say my husband of 6 years is divorcing me because he discovered that our firstborn child is not his. A friend sold me out, and my husband demanded a paternity test, which came out negative. The child is 5 this year. Am I wrong to think my husband is overreacting? He loves this child and has been a good father from birth. Why is he letting a mere test change all this?
A mere test.
A mere test. I don't know.
Was but a slip of a weenie. How dare ye?
I was at the racetrack.
'Twas but a small slip of the sausage.
The child is still the same, intelligent, humble, loving, and cute. Why can't we pray about it and invite
Puerto
God?
Rican.
She says, why can't we pray about it and invite God to our house?
Oh, boy.
Well, that's
I am
fine.
so drained right now.
Wait, that's what she said, or
That's
you?
what she says. This is the entire post.
Well, wouldn't you feel better now that it's out in the open and you've got to stop carrying this around with you? I mean, she
doesn't strike me as the type that was carrying the burden at all. She's putting the burden on everybody else.
I wish I could be that free-minded where like, I just created somebody with somebody else. This guy's parenting somebody else's baby. I'll just let that go.
And just disassociate like that?
Yeah. Oh, I would be a mess.
And then be
weird at him. Yeah.
And be questioning his overreacting.
He's a sociopath, man.
Holy cow, right? And then I'm a woman of God. Why can't we pray about it and invite God to our house? Get the hell out of here.
I mean, that's fine.
Get the f*** out of here.
She does invite him in, but also I hope he takes that kid with him because I think he needs.
Well, I don't want God to take the child. I don't want the child to die.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't saying that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I'm sorry. I didn't know what we were talking about.
We thought it was capital H him.
Yeah.
He's talking about not the pappy.
Okay.
Not a peppy. Jang-a-leg.
So we're all of the opinion that this woman is a friggin' psychopath.
Dude,
man.
total sociopath.
Because here's the thing and I've seen this before on several paternity case court shows and things where like the guys, this guy, he's at a weird impasse in his life where he's like, I do love this kid.
Yeah.
I've provided for this child for 5 years. This is my, I don't know if it's a boy or girl. This is my daughter, my son, whatever. And now you've put him in a position that, like, he has to make some hard decisions.
Mm-hmm. None of which are his fault.
None of which he's responsible for.
And if the kid isn't bright, don't you feel a little bit better?
That's no mine.
The child is still the same.
You say it as a joke, and I bet you that's kind of real.
Okay, so what if she said this? The child is still the same. Dumb, humble, loving, and ugly.
Well, he left yesterday.
Yeah.
How old is the kid?
5.
Oh, man. So, yeah, like this is a significant impact.
Yeah.
On the child. The child has nestled into this father, the papa, and like, now
My friend sold me out.
The biggest significant impact is that this child has this woman as a mother.
Yeah.
And that will forever damage you.
Yeah.
This is a sociopathic, manipulative turd.
You're also at the timing is the worst timing because it's not like the kid's 16 and the guy's like, well, it was almost 2 decades ago. The kid's almost grown.
No, 5. You did this just 5 years ago.
Perfect. Just 5 years ago, but it's enough time that the kid's not a baby. So the kid is attached. The kid knows you as dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's not like you found out 6-month-old wasn't yours and you can make the decision to be like, hey, I'm not going to help you raise a child that's not mine. The kid will be affected and has a long runway ahead of them before they're an adult. But there's been enough, and you also have a long runway to commit to being in this kid's life until adulthood. But there's been enough time for everyone to have emotional attachment. It's like the worst timing. It's just enough time for it to be max devastation and still have a huge long runway of raising the kid in front of you.
Yeah, 314. Shame on the husband for finding out.
Yeah,
She should be mad at him.
What are you doing gossiping about your wife?
Yeah, she's not leaving the kid. Or he's not leaving the kid. He's leaving her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But hopefully she allows him to have.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, how does that work
visitation.
legally?
Yeah, how does that work
Does he have
legally?
to adopt him or?
It's what a bad situation.
Well, no, she has
Sorry,
to.
buddy.
Once again, the bad person has all the power, has all the chips. So now she can hold. If she chooses, she could hold.
That guy is.
Either hold the kid hostage as visitation for money, for support, or just make it really hard on him. That's a bummer.
Yeah,
Hopefully she won't do that.
So they've been married 6 years, and the kid is 5.
I wonder who the other participant in this is.
Yeah,
So she cheated through the marriage to have the baby.
Yeah.
Or she got,
They've been married 6 years. The
married
child
6 years,
is
kid's
5.
5.
Yeah. So
She cheated immediately.
And told a friend.
Listen, I know somebody that just got married and they had to have a paternity test immediately when their kid was born. And I can't imagine.
That person blaming the other person?
Well, I can't imagine. God, to go to.
If the kid's 5, And then you married
I can't
6.
imagine, like, you think the kid pops out, you think the kid is yours, and then having to go to do that test and waiting for the results. That's not an instant thing, is it? Like, you have to, like, they got to send it to a lab.
Sure.
Yeah, then you have to go on TV to find out.
Right, you have to go into Maury.
It's a big weekend.
Yeah.
I saw some clip of just recently of like one of those court shows, exactly what Scott's talking about, where I felt bad because, like, I know some of that stuff is like doctored, but it felt real. Like,
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
The girl was like, the guy was super attached to the kid and hoping it was his, and was like, even if we don't work out, I love this is my daughter. I love her. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. And then he wasn't the dad, and the lady like celebrated.
Oh, the judge went nuts.
And the judge was like, what a piece of trash you are. Do you have a guy? Where's the guy who's actually, he's not even in your life. He doesn't want any part of you. And you're over here celebrating when you got a guy who wants to be a father, and you're rubbing it in his face. Like, it didn't go the way she thought it was going to go. And like the judge really like ripped her for it.
Oh, yeah. This woman's a horrible, horrible woman. And the guy's crying. The guy raised
He was
girl.
devastated. Yeah.
Here's another one. Am I the a-hole for letting my husband get a paternity test instead of convincing him not to? My husband recently asked me for a paternity test because he thinks our son doesn't look like him. I've never cheated on him. He's the only person I've ever been with, and he knows that. I told him he could take the test. Who am I to stop him if that's what he feels he needs? He took it, and surprise, our son is his. He seemed really happy with the result. I told him, congrats. Now you're sure it's your own son you're paying child support for. He was confused, and I asked him what that meant. I told him that if he truly believes I could cheat on him, then we shouldn't be married in the first place.
Oops.
I packed up, took my son, and I left. We're staying in a hotel right now, and I plan to file for divorce. Now he keeps calling and texting, pleading for me to come back. He told me that if I had such a problem with the paternity test, I should have just said so instead of acting like a bratty child and ruining our lives. But I don't see how I'm the one who ruined anything. He's the one who thought I was cheating. If he's so sure of that, then he should be glad he no longer has to live with somebody he doesn't trust. Am I the a-hole for leaving after the paternity test confirmed the truth?
Man.
Well, I think there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, I mean,
This harkens back to the first story, too.
have you ever talked to a professional? Why don't you guys, like, try to work this out before you just up and... I mean, clearly the guy was insecure. Maybe it's your fault. Maybe it's his fault. Maybe it's nobody's fault. Maybe it just happened. Maybe it's something from his childhood. I don't know. Like, if you love the guy, why don't you, like, find out something instead of just...
This is the flip side of the coin of the other
Why?
story.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's the risk you always run as the guy. Is if you're wrong, you're kind of screwed either way.
Yeah,
You're either
you've
you
laid
get the
it out
relief.
there.
So if the friend, in the other story, the friend tells his guy, hey, she cheated on his kid's not yours. And he takes it at face value and the friend's full of it. And you're like, well, Bill told me you banged so-and-so 3 months into our marriage. I want a paternity test. And then it comes back, the kid's yours. You're never hearing the end of that for the rest of your relationship.
That will always be hanging there.
So this guy...
Oh, you believe Bill instead of me, the one you love and married?
Yeah, this guy rolled the dice. Definitely an overreact on her part if you agreed to it, I think. Like, go to therapy or something like that.
Yeah,
go work it out.
Talk this out.
But there's a way to do it, too, man. Like, go in. You don't say you cheated on me. You say I think the hospital made a mistake. I'm starting to think this kid is neither one of ours. I think the hospital switched the freaking babies, honey.
I think you should take a maternity
I'm
test.
worried that they stole your child, hon. And then you get the test,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
if it's all good, it seems like it was a team effort.
No, that's brilliant.
Dude, smart.
You
Dude,
can't
listen.
go in an accusatory tone.
Of course, we have the test now, but like, was it Schopenhauer or somebody was talking about how like the bond between a mother and a child will always be greater than the bond between a father and a child because the mother's guaranteed to know the maternity.
Yeah, it came out of me.
Like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you. Scott Rizzuto is the most secure person on earth. There's a tiny, tiny little fraction of something in our biological nature that says, I guess there's a chance that these kids aren't mine.
That's why babies look like their dads when they are born. It's a biological defense mechanism that's left over so guys aren't like, that's not mine. Throw it off of a ravine, you know, like it's there to like make the dad feel like,
Yeah, it's like a part of nature.
oh, it looked like me.
Remember, he said,
I'm not saying it's natural for him to be that insecure.
He said, that the kid doesn't look like him. That's why he got the test. That's why I wanted the test. My husband recently asked me for a paternity test because he thinks our son doesn't look like him.
Okay, why don't you go to see a counselor, both of y'all? You know what I'm saying? Just like go to a professional. For goodness sakes, I'm sure you could work this out. It's probably a lot simpler once you dig down a layer or two for both of you. Goodness, these people just need to be on your own for a while, both of you.
Unfortunately, there's a kid now in the mix.
Well, 50-50.
I'd be so paranoid if I had a baby and then they left the room.
2 Christmases.
I was talking to my girlfriend Janie about this because one of her sons, she even said, she's like, he doesn't look anything like us. We don't even know who this baby is. So I don't think it's just a dad issue. And she was joking, of course. But but then I told her, I go, that's a good point. And she goes, well, now they put these bracelets with like barcodes on the babies and things. And I go,
Mistakes are made.
Mistakes are made.
Yeah.
People are sleep deprived at the hospitals.
And I think you don't have to, the baby doesn't have to be out of your sight. I think you can keep him with you.
Oh, you can?
You have to request
That's
it. Yeah.
good. Yeah,
My
I'd be like,
sister-in-law did
this
that with
baby's
all
not
hers.
leaving this room, or I'm going where the baby's going.
Oh,
I'd be
really? You can do
I'd be
that?
insane if
We
I
were like, please take this kid out of here. We want to sleep.
Oh, God. No, I would be like really weird about it.
Well, I mean, there's certain instances that that's not possible. If you have any kind of NICU complication situation, there's a mistake. I mean, you hear stories all the time. Switched at birth, or the wrong kid went home with the wrong family.
You know, there's a song about this, right?
No.
DNA!
Let it go for a second. Here we go.
That ain't my little buddy. A sad lyric. Dressing like me, that ain't my little buddy.
That is a legit song by Shouty Putt.
My buddy.
Oh, I'd be adding that to my playlist.
Yep.
Not my buddy. Not my buddy.
This next one here is like a reality show waiting to happen. A woman wrote into an advice column asking for advice because her 26-year-old sister is about to marry a 79-year-old multimillionaire named Paul. And here's the breakdown here again. Bride is 26, groom a spry 79-year-old. Paul, the groom, has got a lot of money. The sister suspects the real reason for the wedding, money. In fact, she knows this because the sister said she hopes to have a baby with him so she could be set for good. Now, the sister thinks what she's doing is disgraceful. Even Paul's daughter thinks something's off, and they've teamed up to kind of ruin the wedding. They're considering calling Paul's lawyer to step in to stop the wedding from happening. So what do you think the advice the columnist gave?
It's not your business. What are you doing? Like, people get married for the wrong reasons all the time.
All the time.
Maybe he wants to marry her and he already knows this.
That's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's what I was
okay.
thinking the whole time. Everyone thinks the guy in this is like some ignorant invalid it might be a 79-year-old guy's like, dude, yes, I'm rich and I'm going to bang this 26-year-old until I turn into dust.
Yeah,
Right.
And she can have the money.
I am almost 80 and she's 26. The advice column is like, hey, there's a chance that Paul already knows her intentions and he's good with it.
I would say most old men like this are fine. Just as Rafe said, they know what's up. They're at the end of it's the final chapter. They just want a hot little biddy around. She's into it. He gets to leave her a ton of money. It all works out.
And
Everybody wins.
Whose sister is this? Who's the sister?
The sister is the 26-year-old.
So she's not the wife.
So the 26-year-old sister
On her side.
no, so you got the 26-year-old who's going to marry the 79-year-old.
Okay. Right.
The sister of the wife to be.
Bride to be. That's what I wanted to know.
The sister of the bride-to-be thinks it's disgraceful.
Sure. Okay, that's an opinion.
And she's going to let the husband know. The husband-to-be know.
This is, yeah, all right.
Now, the daughter of the husband-to-be also thinks something up, so they've teamed up, and they want to ruin this wedding.
Does the daughter have more weight in this than the sister? Because I think she does. I mean, being upset with dad about his new wife and how she might be
because you're
in it
concerned
for
about
the
your
money.
inheritance?
Exactly.
Well, you could be, but also
Now
you
we're
could just
getting to it.
not want to have to deal with this every day of your life. The sister, at least, you aren't all in your sister's business all the time. A daughter, you have to be at the family meals and stuff. Like, I don't know. I think the daughter's opinion weighs more than the sister's.
It does, but I also think if dad was broke,
Wouldn't be an issue.
wouldn't be an issue. Everybody here is after the same thing, a little bit. Now, I think someone's more entitled to it as being the daughter, but it's like that thing we talked about like when someone's getting old, people are start dividing up their assets. And you see like family members turn into different people.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like someone's getting my piece of my pie. Now, she's entitled to that pie, especially if it's only daughter situation. But at the same time, if dad was broke as hell and this 26-year-old was going to marry him and be like a live-in nurse and take some of the burden off of you, you might look at it a different way. But because he's got millions of dollars in the bank and you think somebody might be getting a slice, I don't think it's like ill intention.
As long as he's of sound
I
mind.
almost feel like the sister who has nothing to gain is the one that's really taking the moral high ground here and being like, this is my sister. She's being, or unless she's just jealous.
Unless the guy's of sound, if he's of sound mind, all good. If he's, got like Alzheimer's or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a mess.
that could be an issue. It doesn't sound like that. They describe him as a spry 79-year-old. So stop meddling. For God's sake, stop meddling.
You can have your
Let
opinion.
him be happy.
But try to get a lawyer involved
Yeah.
and stuff. But you're going to ruin your relationship with your sister. And this guy's going to be dead soon. So just chill out. You know what I'm saying? He's going to die, and you're going to still want to have a relationship with your sister. And Christmas is going to be awesome. You're going to get a lot of really cool stuff from your sister this year.
Yeah.
Also, can you not just go talk to your dad? Like, what are we writing into a columnist for? Can you not just go to your 80-year-old dad? Because if you're 80, how old's the daughter?
She's got to be.
She's probably
in her 40s, 50s.
maybe in her 50s. Like, you can't handle this at this point in life. You can't go to your dad and be like, hey, I get it. If you want, mom's dead. If you want to bang this young chick, you're a weirdo, but that's fine. If that's what you're into and that's what this is all about,
Yeah.
fine. Make a trust, get a prenup. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
And just go have the conversation with your dad. And he'd probably be like, fine. I'm sure
Or you could say-
slide the paperwork across the desk.
Or you could say, yeah, I know what this is all about. She wants some of my money, and I want some of that sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Son, I told you, in some way you're paying for it.
Pelt.
I'm just paying more than most.
Pelt.
I don't know, man. What do the old men call it? I don't know.
Sweet pelt. What?
What in the world?
What other P word would you want right now?
pin the tail on that donkey. I don't even want to know what that euphemism means, Grandpa.
All right, well, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll finish up Sex Time Fun Facts, and we'll do Rafe's little segment on relationships.
My little segment.
It is 8:44. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have a right lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 44 westbound after Murdoch. Your point forecast, broken clouds, high of 70. Right now it's 65 at the Point Studio.
Hello, I'm Lefty Borton, here for you, your Valentine's 2016 holiday dating tips. Number 1, fireplaces are great, but don't get too close. Human hair is flammable. Tip number 2, a bearskin rug is romantic. Go with something dark. It'll hide most of the stains. Alcohol is key. Always check for an ID. If you don't know, the judge will tell you. Tip number 4. Trash bags should always be within reach. I'm fine. I have mine within reach all the time.
For Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers, the real deal for real deals since 1976. Let Dobbs' team of 600-plus tire techs and automotive service associates care for your family vehicles. Whether you drive a gas, a hybrid, or EV, with locations all over town, they will help you choose the tires you need. Already sold at the lowest price in town, guaranteed. Quality brand name tires that will definitely suit your vehicle and your family budget. Check out Dobbs Money Saver April deals on new tires, including savings deals of up to $180 on new sets of 4 select Goodyear, General, and Cooper tires. All at GoToDobbs.com. And the Dobbs team is ready to service your vehicle, including routine and preventative maintenance and complex diagnostic and engine repairs. Check out Dobbs Money Saver April buy one, get one deals on quality Valvoline, conventional, and premium oil changes at GoToDobbs.com. And with the most locations around, including their newest stores in O'Fallon, Missouri, and in Osage Beach at Lake of the Ozarks, full-service tire and auto service has never been more convenient. So let the tire and service pros at Dobbs take care of your family vehicles before the warm weather really hits. And be sure to check out Dobbs Money Saver April deals at GoToDobbs.com. Dobbs, a real deal for real deals since 1976.
So last time you saw the garage, the place was full of stuff. It was dirty, it was dingy. So this is the inside of the garage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep some of this structure here and then kind of build around it. And now look, it's a house. So now we got siding, we got windows, we even have a roof and a patio. So let me bring you guys inside. Oh, hey, you wanna come in? Let's go. It's night and day for what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part. We kept basically the frame of the old garage. I mean, that's all old garage. So this is gonna be a bedroom, huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? I'm gonna be sleeping right over here. Oh, let me show you my favorite part. The bathroom. And I'm gonna be right here, you know. Let me show you the kitchen. Yeah, washing my hands at the sink. Let's see what's in the fridge. Nothing. Pantry. This will be the kids' room. I know it's dark in here, but this will be kind of a mud room after working in the field. Come over here, take off your stuff, washer, dryer. There's another bathroom over here that if the dogs get dirty, wash the dogs off, and everybody's clean and can relax. Let me tell you about one of my favorite parts of the house. We even got a metal roof on this puppy. This is it. House is almost done. Well, just gonna sit up here, sun myself, soak it all in, watch the plants grow, and we'll see you next time on the farm. So last time you saw the garage, the place was...
That's time to raise your horns, folks, and join me April 26th. I'll be over at Four Brothers Mead, and they're having their 5th annual Seeger Blot from noon till 9, and trust me, this is absolutely amazing. If you love Ren Fair experiences, bring the whole family out here. It's a really fun, exciting day. They have an incredible setup that is just phenomenal. Trust me, it's really, really fun, and you can go to fourbrothersmead.com and check out everything that I'm talking about. But I mean, they're going to have live battle reenactments. They have live blacksmithing from the past forged and fire contestants. They even have glass blowing chainsaw carving, which I might partake in because I just got a chainsaw, so we'll see if they'll let me. They got live music, food trucks, and vendors from all over the U.S. They bring them right here, and it's such a fun day. Plus, there's a VIP tent for all their Mead Club members. And if you're interested in that, just go to fourbrothersmead.com and you can check out what that offers. It's absolutely incredible. Again, bring the whole family out. If you love Ren fairs, if you love the old world experience, come out to this, dress up like a Viking, have some fun, get to experience the old world right there at Four Brothers Mead, April 26th for the 5th annual Seeger Blot, fourbrothersmead.com, fourbrothersmead.com.
All right, here we are backstage, Wayback Point Fest, with the boys from Lit. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you again.
We're doing great. Great to see you guys.
Okay, first and foremost, I hear that there is illness sweeping through the Lit camp. Can we confirm, deny what's going on?
I'd rather not use the word sweeping through because it's just one guy.
Okay.
At the moment, and luckily we're at the tail end. We got like less than a week left of the tour.
Man, so you're hanging on.
We've been out for over 10 weeks, or about 10 weeks, and that's not bad. And
logistical question for those of us that have never had to do this. And obviously the advent of the urgent care probably changes the game a little bit. Yeah. But when you guys are in East Lansing or wherever the hell and you're nowhere near home, somebody gets sick, it gets to the point where you're like, we got to do something. What do you do?
We have doctors we can call. And they'll phone in a prescription. I'm surprised he didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Make it things hard on himself.
That's all right.
It is Labor Day. Yeah. Thanks, Christian.
Well, so new album is out as we speak.
Yeah, album's out.
I find it very interesting to me, and it seems as though the reviewers are the first ones to point out how different a record is, where the fans, and I've seen you guys even talk about this, go, no man, our fans know that this is, our music is a part of everything. We do a little bit of everything. So it seems like the reviewers are more surprised than the actual fans are, yes?
Yeah, I think usually for me, you're just talking about that. Of course.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Usually, and he answers the phone.
Right, that's like he's doing.
I was going to say, the naysayers usually are the ones that haven't. It's off now. Let me see that phone. Yeah.
It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start the interviews of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now.
Guys, spring is here, and you're probably seeing those for sale signs all over the place. So you want to buy a home. Okay, well, where do you start? Should I call the realtor first? No, that's your first mistake. You call Kevin Putney first at the 123 Mortgage Team. Kevin Putney, if you're looking to buy a new house, a mortgage is like a fingerprint. Everyone's different, and Kevin Putney will find that loan that fits your needs. I'm going to have a different loan than you, and you're going to have a different loan than somebody else. Kevin will put that puzzle together for you. He's got all sorts of programs for first-time buyers. He's a good dude. He's local. Again, he'll find the loan that fits your needs. He'll meet with you wherever, whenever, and he'll make the whole loan process simple and painless. Get yourself qualified and approved, and then you call the realtor. We bought our last house through Kevin Putney back in 2018, refinanced twice. He's the man. It couldn't have been easier. Kevin Putney, the 123 Mortgage Team, 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. It's Kevin Putney, equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC. NMLS 3029. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. 123mortgage.com. 314-862-0123.
All right, it's 105.7 The Point, Everything Alternative. We are backstage. Big summer show happening. And look, it's my friends, Josh and Tyler from 21 Pilots.
Well, hey.
What's up, dudes?
What's up?
I wonder at how many more times that I interview you guys that we just turn the table.
That's our buddy, Steve Templeton. So I guess the Blue Origin.
Sad.
No, stop it.
Oh.
A couple people freaked out.
Oh, no. Katy Perry, Gayle King. Who else went up there?
Lauren
Lauren
Sanchez.
That's Jeff Bezos' fiancée. Landed successfully.
He's opening the hatch.
Opening up the hatch. Let's see the ladies coming out.
Jeff Bezos in his tight jeans. Hey, baby.
Look at that bottom.
Yeah.
Look at how his calves look. My goodness.
Dude.
I guess successful mission.
Very cool.
Oh.
The girlfriend's out first.
I wonder what they feel right
Is
now.
that the girlfriend or no?
Yeah, that's her. I mean, how are you not crying? I would be crying.
Dude, her face.
Oh, she is crying. Okay.
Her face is tight. Katy Perry's out. She's good.
What is she doing? Is she holding a dandelion?
Photo op.
Anyway.
Oh, she's kissing the ground.
I bet you didn't think it was going to be dirt.
So Lauren Sanchez, who is Jeff Bezos' girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
she got these big fake lips, right?
Yeah.
Like these big,
Injected lips.
voluptuous fake lips. Now, what do guys think about those big fake lips?
Well, I think that you guys love them. That's why the
Do
women
we?
keep getting them. Yes.
Well, we'll say there was this older lady that was a friend of my roommate, and she had giant lips that she claimed were natural and all that. And she's the kind that was, fancy world traveler, so she always kissed you on the mouth whenever she'd leave. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, these are the most fun-feeling lips I've ever felt.
Wow.
They're just huge. You're like, feels
Like
good.
a bounce house.
Well, here's
The most fun feeling lips.
So, guys' preference. There was a study done. Study shows that men actually prefer natural-looking lips over the plumped-up ones and over the fake pouts. They rated faces with unaltered natural lips as the most attractive. So all those lip fillers, not exactly winning over the dudes. Now, from a woman's perspective, this is interesting. Women tend to prefer fuller lips when judging other women's looks.
Yeah, I think we get a bad rap. I know, most of everything is our fault, but I think
I don't love those fake lips. I don't like them.
I think we catch a lot of the heat for all the stuff as you just
Joked.
illustrated. And I rarely think that we care.
That's great.
I don't think
Great.
it's for
Breaking
us.
news. They don't care.
I don't like
I think
them.
y'all are doing
I
everything
care.
for you.
I don't care for them at all.
I like a good set of lips on a lady.
But the fake ones?
Of course we- yeah,
Like
well,
the
I
fake
mean-
with the fillers?
I mean, no. I saw a girl very young, or appeared to be young, on TikTok or somewhere, and she was beautiful, talking into the camera, and her lips were so egregiously overfilled that I was like, why did you do that? Because she was very pretty.
Right.
But it was like the lips were distracting.
It's like-
and it was distracting in the way of like,
Look
not
at-
in a good way.
On the screen right now is Jeff Bezos and his fiance, this Lauren Sanchez, and she got these big fake filler lips. Mm-hmm. And looking at the pictures before she got together with him, she's like a naturally gorgeous woman. Mm-hmm. This is not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't like them thin librarian lips neither.
No, I don't.
Like if you're given
Oh, you didn't meet the librarian at my school.
Hampton.
He was handsome.
Guys don't like those either, so it's like,
Yeah, I feel bad. I like my lips, but I've never if I had thin lips, I don't know how I would feel. Because I don't know if ladies use lip liner. I wear lip liner every day, and it's a perfect way to accentuate your lips and make them more full, and you don't have to inject anything in them.
I think you can. There's
Sephora
probably a
has a
happy
great line.
medium.
Everybody wants to be a Kardashian now. That's all.
Well, the Kardashians, they look pretty good. I watched the show, and I asked my husband the other day, I go, who's the hottest Kardashian? Is it Kim still? And he loves Kylie Jenner. He thinks she's the prettiest one, and she's got a big old booty and these big old lips.
So again, the study is guys, they like the more natural looking lips. Women are the ones who prefer fuller lips when judging other women's looks.
See, I think I like the other gal. I think she's the prettiest Kardashian.
Kendall?
Yeah, the one that just didn't get anything done.
It's Kendall.
And
She's
just
the
let
model.
herself be pretty. Because they're already blessed. You're good.
Yeah, they're all cute.
The other one tried to look like Kim, and then the other younger, the Bruce's kids.
Yeah, Kylie and Kendall Jenner.
Yeah. Caitlyn's kids they went both ways. One went full Kardashian, the other one's like, I'm just going to be me. And I think she's the most attractive one, personally. Personal preference. Who cares?
How many dates does it take to find out if you actually like somebody? How many dates does it take to find out if you actually like somebody?
Like somebody.
Yeah.
I'd say 2.
Like this is the one.
Like there's the first date. It's kind of awkward. You don't really know each other. So that's the first one. Second one, I'm starting to kind of like little bit of this part of this person. I would say the second date.
Yeah, you mean like catching feelings? Not like love, but like.
How many dates does it take to find out if you actually like somebody? Like you could see yourself with this person for quite a while.
Man, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the initial liking. It's like, ooh, this could be. I want this to go somewhere.
Like a genuine connection.
You talking about a survey? Is this a survey? Like there's a number that was put together?
No, there's a circulating online where it's a certain amount of dates.
I bet you 6. People are going to say, well, I don't know. You wouldn't be doing the 6th date if you didn't like this person already. I'll say 4.
It's 10.
10.
It's something called the 10-date rule.
It seems a long time.
The 10-date rule is circulating online with the goal of finding out if there's a genuine connection, which apparently takes 10 dates. Even if you don't feel instant butterflies with somebody, it could. After 10 dates, you really find out if this is the connection.
I mean, I feel like 10, you're almost like trying to do it. You know, like you want to like somebody, so you're like, let's just keep doing this. I think by 10
dates, you've been in not every, but situations to find out.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
Like how we operate together as a couple.
Yeah,
right. Right. She's a good bowler. Got that.
That's good.
That was a must.
Check.
Yeah, that's the 10-date rule.
Got out of that escape room unscathed.
Didn't get too angry or blame me for
not too dumb to help me solve the puzzles like that.
That was nice. Built furniture from IKEA.
What are the dates?
Didn't mind that I tipped poorly.
Yeah, check.
Loved the peep show.
You think that's too much?
I think so, but teach their own. That's a lot of dates, man. That's a lot of dates. If you're casually dating, and this isn't like, which I've done this before, and I think a lot of my relationships go this way, where like, if you're into somebody, you see each other a lot at the beginning. So 10 dates might take a few weeks. But if you're casually dating, that's like months.
Right.
Of going out with someone.
Well, maybe
it's a long commitment.
Yeah, it could be, once a week, twice a week. Yeah.
It's 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Like you're pushing 3 months before you know if you like this person. It seems like a long time.
Do you want to be sliding up?
Yeah, man.
Well, you always, but that's two different things. But I think you should know. I would think by the 3rd date, if you like them, if you want to continue. Like if you've gone on the 7 other dates to hit the 10 mark, it should be because you like this person.
Right.
Not you're still like, all right, date number 9, still not doing it for
but
me.
It
you got one more.
There still could be.
You must be saying seriousness.
Serious. We're talking serious.
I see.
After 10, you're like,
maybe that's a good number for that.
Yeah, you've gone through the gauntlet of situations, and you're like, hey, I can see this really happen.
Yeah, after 10. That's a 10-date rule. All right, Rafe. Rafe does relationships, and you have something special today?
I do. So I have our first ever crowdsourced RizzShow Rafe Does Relationship segment.
Okay.
This came from a listener. It is a St. Louis-based story. I will read it to my co-hosts and friends now, and we will engage in a friendly friendship conversation about what should be done.
Okay.
Because friendships are relationships, too.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hey, Rafe. Longtime listener. Love the Rafe Does Relationship segment, and I have something I'm hoping you could all discuss. I'll try to make this as short as possible. My best friend's been married for 4 years. He has a job that requires him to travel a lot. He's only home about 1 week a month. Recently, there was an anonymous post in a group on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy, STL, that showed his photo and accusations of him cheating and living a double life.
Oh, I've heard of this Facebook group.
I have too. Not in it, but I've heard of it. I've heard of some friends of mine being in it.
Oh, boy.
Some scoundrels I know. Some scoundrels
this group does the Lord's work.
They do. There's a female one, too.
So this is 4 years married?
4 years married, has a job, requires him to travel a lot. Are we dating the same guy? Photo accusations popped up. Post says he keeps promising divorce, talks bad about his wife, etc. My friend, his wife, got word of this post by another friend, and they all reported it, and it was removed from the group. Husband is denying everything and is very upset that someone is doing this to him. About 2 weeks later, the post returns to Facebook group, but the person identifies herself this time. It's no longer anonymous. She writes the same exact stuff. He's living a double life. He's cheating on his wife when he travels there. This time, I let my best friend know the post was back, but now there is a person attached to it. My friend then tells me that she's got a DM from the same girl a few months ago accusing the husband of cheating and all of the same behavior. She's completely ignored the messages, posts, and just blocks and reports the woman when she tries to reach out on Facebook. I would think she would want to at least ask the person some follow-up, perhaps provide some proof if there really is evidence, but she's completely ignoring it, has chosen to act like it's not happening. What would you all do? I'm not getting involved in their marriage, but would want some sort of proof if this girl's telling the truth. If it were me, if she has nothing, then you know it's fake. Husband is very mad and thinks he's being harassed and is playing the victim. Love the show. Don't want to leave my name for obvious reasons.
Yeah, if it were me, I would be asking questions of this, identifying features that only I would know or somebody who's intimate with this person would know. Provide some detail.
And it seems like this is, from judging by one sentence in this, it seems like this might be a woman in another city.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Who is like, he's full on dating me. Knowing he's from St. Louis, she's entered the group and been like, this guy is, but I don't know, maybe he's a pilot or something. Sounds like it's that type of job. Like, I live in this city. I am in a relationship with this guy. He said he lives in St. Louis. I'm dropping this in here. Now she's identified herself and messaged the wife.
If you were the wife,
I'd want to know, right?
I'd want to know.
Yeah, show your work.
Yeah.
And to him, too. Hey, you saying this isn't possible? Show your work.
It's the...
Well, how are you supposed to show your work if you didn't do anything?
Well, because it's not that hard.
What am I supposed to say? Like,
well,
let's say it's me. Let's say somebody accuses me.
Yeah, right. But is it a stranger? Does he know who this person is? Is this a past person that he dated well before that's just a psychopath and using the opportunity?
Well, okay, so let's say my wife is the wife, and somebody posts about me.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to? What else am I supposed to say other than I have no idea who this person is, and this is a lie?
Well, okay. Where is she saying in the post that we're meeting up or doing this? And then you just do the basics to disprove that, because it shouldn't be hard to disprove it.
You could also bring up the argument of, do you really think I can get a girl that looks like that?
It's the movie The Other Woman, starring Cameron Diaz and Leslie Mann. And what's his face from Game of Thrones, who
Peter Dinklage.
Not
Thank
Peter
you.
Dinklage.
The Dink.
Jamie was, Sir
Jamie
Jamie
Lannister?
Yeah. So, which is a great movie, and you've come to find out that in addition to gorgeous Cameron Diaz and his wife Leslie Mann, who has a Great Dane as a dog, he's also banging Kate Upton, and she's a babe. And those three blondes get together, and they corner his ass. That's what's
just
going
like
on here.
this.
Just like this.
Here's the other thing, to use your wife as an example. I don't think this is the BFF of the wife we're hearing from. It says so in the BFF husband possibly cheating is the subject line of the email. So, for her to be reaching out, it feels like the wife's best friend has her doubts. Because I think you're a pretty stand-up dude. I think Amelia's friend would be like, he would never do that.
I would hope.
So if her best friend has her spider sense going off, that's something that I would pay attention to if it were me. If I was the woman, or if I was the man, if it was like, if somebody sent me a bunch of stuff about Tina banging someone on the road and being in another city, and I'm like, hey, you banging other people in Boise? And she's like, take that down. I'm upset. And I'm just like, well, you were in Boise, so.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, I don't know, man. This seems legit.
I mean, because for us, it could be like, you're at the Hot Shots in Arnold, or the Hot Shots in Wentzville, and your husband cheated on you with me in the bathroom, and
you didn't know, right? I mean,
I'm hoping you believe me that yes, I was at the Hot Shots in Wentzville that night, but I'm hoping that you believe me that I
didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a great way to frame somebody into something they didn't do, for sure.
But also the job. I would look at not knowing what the guy does for a living. It's a little different when you're in the public sphere like that. If this guy's like a traveling insurance salesman or something, the fact that a woman in another city would seek him out, pluck him out of the crowd, find his wife, and try to ruin his life.
And then to go into a St. Louis.
Exactly.
Right.
Go into a St. Louis Facebook page for jilted lovers.
Yes, a lot of things had to happen to get here. And if you can put him in the same city with this woman at the same time she's saying he was there, and she's gone through all of these steps.
So you're saying it's on him to disprove because it looks
I think it's
too
worth
suspicious.
investigating.
It's worth investigating.
Maybe it's not on him to disprove, but you could take on the burden of proof and not just ignore it.
As the wife, you mean?
I think so.
Like the wife should respond and ask questions.
Yeah, maybe respond to the DM.
I don't think she's wrong for asking some probing questions. Like I don't know if he's putting pressure on her. Like, I can't even believe you're entertaining this.
Right.
I'm hurt. I'm going to the golf course with Dave because I need to think about things. The guy's at home milking it. I'm just upset. Can you just get me a beer or something out of the fridge while I think about how upset I am?
Yeah.
Rub my back while I'm mad. Like, she's like, wait, I think you might be cheating on me. He's like, oh, now that you said it out loud, I'm upset again. I'm going back to the golf course again. I don't know, man. It just seems like if he's not a public figure and this is like a civilian pilot traveling sales, I don't know who's on the road 3 weeks out of the year, but
3 weeks. 3 weeks out of the month.
3 weeks out of the month. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel.
It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of being away from home. It's a lot of being alone.
Yeah.
And
maybe the wife's got her doubts as it is. You're away for so long, and
yeah.
We used to tell my stepdad that he probably had like families all over because Jerry was a consultant, so he'd work in like
Travel all the
Brazil
time,
and
right?
Canada. He'd be all over the world.
Yeah. Jerry consulting that booty in Brazil.
And then Jerry wouldn't let us do 23andMe. What?
Well,
Jerry.
You're going to be super disappointed because
Jerry's not your father.
Damn it.
You're going to find out.
I found out Jerry's not my real dad.
Yeah, I'm your stepdad. We said that your whole life. I know, but just knowing for sure.
Prove it.
But he was only home on weekends. Like, we only saw Jerry on the weekends when he was working. We did not see him throughout the week at all, which is wild.
Yeah, there are there are certain situations where that works, and for your mom and stepdad,
Yeah.
I guess that worked.
Yeah.
For how many years did they operate on that schedule?
Like almost 20.
Wow.
Oh, I know a couple that's been going for decades, and they don't live in the same city.
Yeah.
But how often is he home?
I don't know. I would say maybe 8 to 10 weeks a year, maybe.
But when he lives in another city.
Yeah.
And his wife lives, so he lives in one city, the wife lives in another city.
They used to travel a lot for his job, and eventually she's like, I love it here. I'm staying. So she stayed in the house, and for decades he just kept going. And it's still
But
going.
his home base, though, is...
Home base, but he didn't live there.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I mean, my mom and Jerry dated long distance, even before they got married. And so after he retired and he was around more, that was the thing that actually made them have to like get used to it because they weren't used to seeing each other all throughout the week, months at a time.
It's funny you say that because when he moved back, Shelley moved back. Okay, so he took a break from work, and during that point, he said, it's been really weird. I feel like I'm in the way. He's like, I feel like I'm in the way of the whole family, the whole house, like how everything works. I'm in the way. And what do you know? Like 6 months later, he took another job.
And left the house again.
He's in another city.
Wow.
Wow, that's
that
what
works
works
for some people.
That's what
though,
works.
So,
and they're both amazing, and they have a great relationship. And
everybody's got different definitions of what marriage is.
Yeah, and if you got a good, Jill's Jerry's pot of gold.
Hell yeah.
And I'm fully aware. He's probably like, I got everything out. My honey pot's at home, baby.
Yeah, 314
I'm just
says
consulting.
Jerry doesn't want to do 23andMe because he's committed a crime that his DNA doesn't want to link.
Well, and we know, trust, the women are on it.
Hey, advice to the wife, I would do some investigating. That's me. Right? Investigate further.
Yeah.
Let us know. I would love to know what the end of the story
give me an update. She said I could email for details. So if you're listening, give me an update.
I would love more details on this. All right, listen. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish out with sports. It is 9:15. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Lane blocked due to a crash 70 westbound just after Shreve Avenue. Your point forecast broken clouds. High of 70 right now at 65 at the Point Studio.
It is a very, very big day in the land of Red Hot Chili Pepper fans everywhere, and I am so unbelievably honored to be joined today by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, St. Louis is saying hello to you.
I love St. Louis, and I fondly miss the raucous nights, Mississippi nights that we used to have over there. And hello to everybody. Love to one and all.
Man, it's really great to hear your voice, but also, too, it's wonderful to have a new Red Hot Chili Peppers album that is out today, and John Frusciante back in the Chili Peppers. Flea, can you kind of talk to us a little bit about how he got back into the fold with you guys? And I know that you guys had maintained a friendship even when he wasn't in the band. Were you guys still jamming and playing together when he wasn't a Chili Pepper?
We occasionally jammed.
Talk about Stewart's American Mortgage. Guys, do you know about the bagel loan? Because you're about to know about it. Bagel loan. First of all, Stewie's a cool dude, man. He came in here when he came on as a sponsor. He came in. We hung out all day. We chatted. He really educated me, and believe me, I am not that well-versed in the bagel loan. But I will tell you that it is a loan that he offers, and he got me up to speed. And if a dumb comedian can get up to speed about how to handle a refi or a bagel loan or anything like that, then you can too. And when you call Stewie, you talk to Stewie. You can call him or text him right now at 314-324-4440, and he will verse you about it. But right now, if you want to get into it, the bagel loan is a signature loan that covers typical costs associated with closing your loans. Stewie covers these costs on any loan, refi, or purchase starting at $200K. That means no underwriting fees, no appraisal fees, no title fees, no lender fees, no closing costs, and he'll get you closed in 10 to 15 days. But one of the most important things is he puts the power of the pre-approval letter in your hands. You get max pre-approval, and you can go, if you're on a weekend and you find your dream home, you're not at the mercy of not being able to get a hold of your loan officer. You can go into Stewart's American Mortgage website, and you can control your own pre-approval letter. Plus, your home's the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. Take the time. It's worth talking to Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. So call him now or text him at 314-324-4440 or just Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715. Who is Trailer Trash Tammy? What happens when you combine random internet trends into a single video? What is a mukbang? And are we so desperate to be distracted from our own reality that we've resorted to binging videos of people shoveling anything edible into their face hole? More on that today on The Number 2 Show. Welcome back to The Number 2 Show. Today, forget sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. We've got something that tops them all and is twice as indulgent. Mukbangs. Mukbangs sound like something that would require a lot of explaining if your mom caught you watching one on the family computer. But turns out it's not something you find on Pornhub. It is kind of like food porn, though, where you witness the hard pounding of thousands of calories. So follow me through the glory hole for today's main topic, mukbangs. Mukbangs aren't for the faint of heart. It's culinary hedonism broadcasted in HD. We've got professionals like Nick Avocado eating his view count and calories, or amateurs deep-throating corn dogs like they're auditioning for Bret Michaels' Rock of Love. Gives a whole new meaning to the song on Skinny Bop. And if not these two things, then there's whatever the hell this is.
Hi guys, today we have dragon breath puffs and liquid nitrogen.
There's a lot going on in this video. Is it a cute cat video, ASMR, a mukbang? Are we even allowed to assign conventional labels to our videos anymore? Let's just say this video is genre fluid. Blowing on liquid nitrogen, I guess to cool it off. It's negative 320 degrees, lady. I don't think you're going to burn your tongue. I like how it says, this is so much fun. But for who? Is this entertainment? I don't know, but I am rock hard, so there's something happening here. But not all mukbangs are gluttonous or bizarre. They have evolved into people just eating and reviewing food while having entertaining conversations. To help us understand this phenomenon, the queen of the mukbang herself, my spirit animal and yours, please welcome Trailer Trash Tammy.
How's everybody doing? Hey, Rafe, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, good to have you here, side by side, like Thelma and Louise.
Yep.
Tammy, I've kind of lined out for people what a mukbang is as far as the definition, but as an expert on successful mukbanging, because anyone can go out and do it, what are the key ingredients that make a successful mukbang?
I'm glad you asked, man. Couple things. First off, the camera needs to love you. Okay? You need to be personable to the camera. Don't get in front of the camera and get all shy. And no, you got an audience watching you eat, man. You got to give them what they want. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, good food. Okay? They don't want to see you eating, what's those little Quaker Oat cardboard pieces bullshit? Rice cakes. They don't want to see you eating a bunch of rice cakes. They want to see you eating the fried chickens, the spaghettis, the cool places that they don't get to eat. If you're in, let's say, if you're in Philly, they want to see you eat the Philly cheesesteaks because they're in Arizona. They can't get to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to see you eat the good stuff.
That totally makes sense. Are those the only two ingredients in a successful mukbang?
Yeah.
Camera's got to love you. Food's got to be good.
Yeah. You got to look good on camera, you know, and I think that's why a lot of people watch me. They love, it's why I'm one of the top dogs in mukbanging, okay? It's why people tune in every mukbang to watch me. They like the way I look on camera. They like looking at me.
You're an attractive woman.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That is part of it. I mean, it's a what do they call it? What have I always heard Hollywood say? It is a visual format.
Yep. And the same thing applies to mukbangs.
Yeah, I noticed you were saying mukbang. Is that regional?
I'm not sure what regional means, but I just call it mukbang. Because that's what it is. You're mukbanking. You're banking in food. You know, you're taking
muck to the bank, and the bank is your stomach in this scenario?
You're taking in deposits.
Okay. Seems like you're taking in and you're making deposits later.
Right. Depending on what you eat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was a sign of a good mukbang, an impressive skid mark.
Well, that's for another platform. You can't be posting skid marks on YouTube and stuff. They'll strike you for that.
Oh, okay.
But on occasion, I will post something like that to my OF.
All right. In this segment, I'm going to present you through the glory hole a series of hot dogs. Some are homemade. Some were bought at a gas station.
Okay.
And I want you to see if you can tell me which is which.
Easy.
Does that sound good?
Done. Easy.
Right. Give me a prediction of how well you think you'll do in this
A+.
game. A+, okay. Well, 3 out of 3.
Here we're talking about ticks, we're talking about mosquitoes, and we need to talk about getting Amco Ranger to your house for preventative maintenance. You want to protect your family, you want to protect your property. Amco Ranger, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. We're talking about a local company. Local and trusted, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And Amco Ranger is your one source for all pest control needs. They offer a complete line of pest control solutions to take your yard back from the mosquitoes and ticks, stop the ants and spiders and roaches from moving into the house, protect your big investment, your home from costly termite damage, prevent mice from spreading disease and damaging your property, and so much more. And ask about new bundles, the new bundles that combine the most popular services into one plan with incredible discounts. Amco Ranger, you get the best price to guarantee that. Again, it's a local company, so when you call Amco Ranger, somebody in St. Louis is picking up your phone. 636-441-BUGS. That's 636-441-BUGS online at AmcoRanger.com. Protecting what matters since 1965.
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv, and I am so excited. As you know, this is one of my favorite bands ever. The Struts, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
All right, Moon, let's finish out with sports. All right, what do you got for us?
Sports is brought to you by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. The Cardinals pitcher Matthew Liberatore played a special role on Sunday's 7-0 win over the Phillies, not only tossing 6 scoreless innings, but also making a slick defensive play that kept the game tied earlier. This dude was lights out. Runners on second and third. Liberatore barehanded a bunt, fired it to first for the first out, halting a potential Phillies rally. He allowed just 3 hits, 1 walk, struck out 7 over 88 pitches. After he exited, the Cardinals bullpen shut things down with 3 clean innings. Manager Ollie Marmol praised his feeling and command, calling his outing phenomenal. Cards play the Astros here at home today, 6:45. The Battlehawks got exciting halftime news Sunday as UFL co-owner Danny Garcia announced that St. Louis will host the championship game on June 14th.
Second year in a row.
For the second straight year, yeah. Celebration didn't last long, though, because the D.C. Defenders handed St. Louis its first loss of the season.
Heck of a field goal.
27-15 in a battle of unbeaten teams. Manny Wilkins threw 3 interceptions. The Battlehawks' once dominant run game was held to only 45 yards. Blues defenseman Colton Parayko returned from a 17-game injury absence on Saturday night. Made an immediate impact, scoring a huge third-period goal in a 4-3 shootout loss to Seattle. Earlier this week, Parayko was nominated for the King Clancy Memorial Trophy for his community work. And on the ice, his presence helped the Blues secure a critical point to stay in playoff control. Now, with 94 points and 1 game left, the Blues can clinch a wild card spot with regulation win Tuesday against Utah.
Well, here's the deal. Calgary's got 92 points and 2 games to go. The Blues have 94 points with 1 game to go. So it's not assured. I mean, we need to win.
Yes.
If they win on Tuesday, they're in.
If they win on tomorrow, if they win tomorrow, they're in. A little too close for comfort.
If they lose, they need help? Is it that kind of situation?
If they lose,
Then
they
it
need
matters
help.
what Calgary. Yeah, it matters what Calgary.
It matters what Calgary does.
Okay.
City SC finally broke out of a scoring drought on Sunday night after a promising performance against league-leading Columbus.
How'd they do? They must have won, right?
No, they lost.
Okay.
2-1 loss at Energizer Park. But Klaus ended his personal 22-game goalless streak in the 9th minute, snapping City's 352-minute scoreless run. But an offsides call wiped away a would-be equalizer in the second half, so Columbus responded with goals just before and after halftime.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but at least it is a glimmer of hope in what's been some pretty crap, stagnant play, goalless stuff.
I mean, so how many games without a goal?
It was a while, 352-minute scoreless run. But listen, Columbus...
So 352 minutes. So how many minutes in a game?
90.
So what's the math there?
I don't know, man. But Columbus is good, and the fact that we coulda, woulda competed there in that match is hopeful. It is.
I mean, I hope it's not. Things have not been great for the team this.
Things have not been great.
Far.
Kyron Lacey, a former LSU wide receiver and NFL draft prospect, has died at the age of 24 in the Houston areas, in what authorities are suspecting as a suicide. TMZ reported that he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound following a police chase on Saturday night. According to law enforcement, the incident began around 11:15 with a call about a disturbance involving a weapon. A woman told police that Lacey and a family member had gotten into a verbal argument during which he allegedly fired a gun into the ground before fleeing. Police say the vehicle later crashed. When officers approached, they found Lacey dead inside with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Handgun was recovered from the car. Official cause of death has not been confirmed by the medical examiner. His death comes just months after he was accused of fleeing the scene of a crash that killed a 78-year-old man.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy was supposed to go very high in the draft. He was supposed to be a first rounder, and he got into this bad car accident with this. They said it was speeding.
78-year-old, yeah.
And killed somebody and fled the scene.
Wow.
Super bummer. This dude led LSU in touchdown catches during the 2024 season and declared the NFL draft in December. Pro sports teams in the NBA, MLB, and Olympics are adopting new tech that gives blind or low vision fans a better live game experience. There's a startup called One Court that supplies tactile technology featuring a tablet that vibrates as a ball is in play, allowing the visually impaired to cheer right along with other fans at the game, all free of charge. Pretty freaking sweet.
Man, this is great news for refs.
No, so they can get yelled at by everyone?
No, you're blind.
Oh, I see.
Get some glasses, Blue.
Not only do the tablets let users feel the game, they also keep fans updated on scoring attempts, fouls, and game time with audio, which is pretty rad. And then we earlier talked about Rory McIlroy completing his career Grand Slam on Sunday by winning the Masters in dramatic fashion. Here's a little audio about how it ended.
Okay, this is Rory McIlroy in sudden death.
The long journey is over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
He's known as a choke artist. He went into day 4 of the 2011 Masters with a 4-stroke lead and lost by 10. I know a lot of people were watching, and he almost blew it this time, but he didn't, so congratulations, Rory. That's pretty cool. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
And it's sponsored by?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. And it's sponsored by Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicle. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
All right, so I got the gig of the day here today, like no doubt about it. We are here with the guys from the Revivalists and Becca, our grand.
All right, fellas, it's time for you to get serious about your health. It's time to take things under control and go to Victory Men's Health, and you'll find out why Moon and Rafe and I, we've been going there, and I've been going there for years and years, and you'll see why I keep going back, because they truly do set you up for victory over there at Victory Men's Health. And maybe you're trying to work out, you have some sexual issues going on, you have a little ED or something like that. Well, go to Victory Men's Health. They can treat you for that. And in fact, they can treat you for all kinds of stuff, because they can take an inside look at what's happening with their blood work inside your body, and they will tell you what you need to fix. If you're low in testosterone, if you're vitamin deficient in which area, well, what to take and how to correct that. And I have a consultation coming up Friday, so you get to find out more about me to see what's going on. And I'm excited because it keeps helping me. I've lost weight, and I've been able to put on some muscle, so I'm feeling good. And in fact, I just did the Niagen drip, and I know Moon did it as well, and I think Rafe is lined up to get that, and that's another incredible thing they offer are the drips over there. So check it all out at victormenshealth.com. Again, check it all out. Also, check out their podcast, What Women Want, Women Want Strong Men. Sorry. Go to victormenshealth.com. That's victormenshealth.com.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Point Fest, Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you guys doing? It's great to have you.
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and welcome back to St. Louis. I know specifically people were absolutely stoked to see you guys and have you guys back here. And, you know, our buddy Moon is waving that Goldfinger flag when you guys aren't here, man.
Moon rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've known Moon way before Moon.
Thanks, buddy.
He's a really good man and an incredible musician, and it's an honor to have him in the band with us. Really, really incredible.
Thanks, you know, and I say this, and we're going to do this. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable. We're going to talk about him right in front of him, all right? But you have access to probably thousands of musicians. Moon, we see what Moon does with Greek Fire and things. What was it about him that you wanted to bring him into Goldfinger? Obviously, he can do a lot of stuff, so I would assume that. He's a good-looking dude. There's that, too.
The first conversation I think I ever had with Moon was, would you make out with Sting? And his answer was, of course, yes.
Yeah, in an instant.
Yeah.
Can I get an autograph, too?
And we both were in agreement that we would both jerk him off. And that was actually what we were talking about.
That actually is
It wasn't
true.
about making out.
Yeah.
It was about...
Yeah, you had the poster above, and I was like, that's my dude, man. Him and Garth
And you
Brooks.
slept in the studio and wanked every night to Sting.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you that. How did you know that?
My camera. I had my camera on you.
Man.
So I was wanking to you, wanking to him.
One question that I have is, we see you guys do these little pockets of tours here and there, and I know you guys all have day jobs in which that you do with other bands and producing and things, but why don't you guys do more? It seems like when you do, people are freaking pumped when you're playing shows and putting out a record. Is it just a matter of timing, I would assume, with all of the other projects that you have going on?
Well, I mean, look, there is a bunch of factors, including my knees are not 18 years old anymore. And we all of us, I mean, I'm probably the oldest guy in the band. I mean, our boy Nick Gross here on drums is our youngest member who's got
16.
very healthy knees, but only one testicle. And that's okay, though.
Yeah,
it's a big testicle.
It's hard. It's large and in charge.
Hey, that's good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's just good that you make use of whatever it is that you have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
It's true. It gets the job done.
and that's all that matters.
He's about to have a baby, so it works perfectly well.
work.
It worked great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That season around for St. Louis City SC, and you know the fans are showing up and absolutely loving it. And if you are a fan, then there's no better way to show your love than the exclusive St. Louis City SC debit card from Together Credit Union. Together Credit Union is the only place to find this official debit card. It is an incredible card. I have it. It's awesome. I had it because I wanted to, just be a real fan and show my love for it. It was very cool. And it comes with a free lifetime My City Plus membership. It has gotten me priority access to single match tickets and limited edition drops. City cashback rewards on every purchase at City Pavilion. We got City goods and all retail concession locations around Energizer Park. Yes, perks. And also special member-only events and experiences. And best of all for a lot of us, express entry into matches at Energizer Park. How do you get that card? Very easy. Open any personal checking account online at togethercu.org or walk into any of the 14 local branches and just get it. There's no cost for the City SC debit card. So don't wait. You can sign up today. Show your pride. Visit togethercu.org for full terms and details. Together Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Togethercu.org.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors, and you so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you. We miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. You know, there are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us, you could social media us, I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Rizz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I read this stupid thing that had told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing recording still?
It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start the interviews
intro.
of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now. 0936.
Yes.
All right. I heard it in a couple of different ways. It confused the hell out of me, man.
It confuses me.
Okay, well then good. Then I don't feel as bad that it's not just me.
I put the colon in there to be read as a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one says it's 936.
Vac.com, ANTONSHVAC.com. That's the website. This is who I have in my home for my plumbing, my heating, my cooling, my energy needs, all of it. And, one thing that my dad was always talking about when I was a kid was preventative maintenance on your body, on your car, on your home, all of that. Scheduling service promptly. That's a proactive step towards avoiding unforeseen disruptions. We don't like emergencies, so we want to avoid emergencies. You got to take care of that stuff before it happens. It also could lead to very significant savings over time, and that That's what it's all about. Staying on top of maintenance ensures that your system operates at peak efficiency. And it extends the lifespan of your systems, enhancing overall experience. That is what Anton's is all about. Let Anton's take care of your home with you and keep everything running like clockwork. It's exactly how my house has been operating since transitioning over to Anton's. And, you know, I started with an energy audit because they specialize in total indoor comfort. That's their mission. They've been in business 40-plus years in our area, making sure that through all of these seasons, and we experience all of them, that everybody's house in this area has total indoor comfort. That's what it's all about, man. Get in with Anton's. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy experts online at antonshvac.com, ANTONS, HVAC.com.
All right, it's 105.7 The Point, Everything Alternative. We are backstage. Big summer show happening. And look, it's my friends, Josh and Tyler from 21 Pilots.
Well, hey.
What's up, dudes?
What's up?
I wonder at how many more times that I interview you guys that we just turn the tables and you interview me. You know what I mean? I mean, because this is literally like 4 or 5 times that we have spoken to each other. I just don't want you getting tired of me.
Actually, would you rather
Okay.
get attacked by 100 chicken-sized horses or 1 horse-sized chicken?
Oh, man, I think all the little horse-sized chickens. Wait.
All the little horses.
Horses.
It'd be like
chicken-sized
tiny little
chicken-sized horses.
Right.
There's something very creepy about that.
Yeah.
Not that I guess the big boy, they're both. That's neither one are particularly good, but I would go with
The tiny ones? Yeah, you could probably just kick them in the face and stuff.
Just step on them all.
That's what I've thought.
You would have that advantage a little bit, I guess. You were able to do that.
I've thought about this a lot, actually.
Well, guys, it's great to see you again. I don't believe that you have really, in essence, been off the road in a couple of years. Is that true? Has there been any long spells at home?
We had 3 days the other day, so yeah.
Well, it was a day of travel, then a day
That's
off,
true.
then another day of travel,
Yeah,
which I guess counts as 3 days. No, this is what we've always dreamed of.
Sure.
You know, when we first started talking about what it looked like to play music together, we thought, wouldn't it be cool to play more than 1 show in a month? Because, you know, it just took us everything we had just to plan 1 local show as a local band. And then after that 1 show is over, you're just like, I got to wait another 3 weeks before I can play again. So this is, as much as there's difficult things like laundry and losing sense of time and relationships back home maybe lacking a little bit, this is really what we've always wanted to do, so we're not going to complain about it.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, and you've got much more still to come. I mean, you get a little bit of a break, then you're off to Australia, Korea, Japan, come home, couple weeks off, couple home shows in Columbus, correct?
Yep.
Which I'm sure will be bonkers. 2 months out, taking care of the United States, and then you are back to Europe.
Yeah.
Boy,
Is
oh
that-
boy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, back to
this
Europe.
guy knows what
yeah,
we're
you
doing.
know it better than we do. Back to Europe and then back to go in the studio for a few months to kind of like wrap up the year, start the next year, and then the goal is to just go directly back out on the road and not like take a second to wait, because by that time, if we get more than like a week or 2
What are we gonna
weeks,
do?
and we're just
We
like,
don't even know what to do with ourselves
We
anymore.
go crazy. Yeah,
Right.
we're like, we've played Mario Kart thousands of times now, and yeah.
What else is there?
So you're chomping at the bit. I mean, so it does, you know, seeing that that's what the remainder of the year is, it's not daunting. It's, let's get it going. Let's do it.
There's a few things like, you know, like being in a house would be kind of cool to do.
I would bet. Getting something out of your own refrigerator in that house and then sitting on your couch for as
Yeah.
long as you wanted, I bet would be
Forget
cool.
what that feels like. Yeah.
Groceries would be an interesting concept too that we could try to
Yeah.
experiment with. But no, we think that it'd be really, you know, we've just worked so hard at kind of gaining some momentum, and for us to just be like, you know what, we're gonna take a break for a while before it just doesn't make sense.
Running on empty, you know, mentality is here to help us guys out. Now, why are you not feeling like yourself? Well, you may be suffering from low testosterone. You've heard about it. Well, why don't you do something about it? Here are some symptoms of low T. You're tired all the time. You've gained weight. You've lost muscle. Low libido, which obviously can strain relationships. You're feeling anxious. You're moody. You're irritable. So, Mentality, you have a location in Chesterfield and in South County. Local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Mentality focuses on free testosterone levels. which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to your body. Your energy is going to come roaring back. Your belly fat's going to burn off. You're going to feel like yourself again, confident, driven, and ready to take on life. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe, and treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule. So stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Take back your numbers. MentalityHealth.com/radio, MentalityHealth.com/radio.
All right, it's 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. We are backstage. Big summer show happening. And look, it's my friends, Josh and Tyler from 21 Pilots.
Well, hey.
What's up, dudes?
Friends,
What's
yes.
up?
I wonder at how many more times that I interview you guys that we just turn the tables and you interview me. You know what I mean? Because this is literally like 4 or 5 times that we have spoken to each other. I just don't want you getting tired of me.
Actually, would you rather
Okay.
get attacked by 100 chicken-sized horses or 1 horse-sized chicken?
Oh, man, I think all the little horse-sized chickens. Wait.
All the little horses.
Horses.
It'd be like
Chicken-sized
tiny little.
Chicken-sized horses.
Right.
There's something very creepy about that.
Yeah.
Not that I guess the big. Boy, they're both. That's neither one are particularly good, but I would go with.
The tiny ones. Yeah, you could probably just kick them in the face and stuff.
Just step on them all.
That's what I've thought.
You would have that advantage a little bit, I guess. You were able to do that.
I've thought about this a lot, actually.
Well, guys, it's great to see you again. I don't believe that you have really, in essence, been off the road in a couple of years. Is that true? Has there been any long spells at home?
We had 3 days the other day, so yeah.
Well, there's a day of travel, then a day
That's
off, and then
true.
another day of travel,
Yeah,
which I guess
so-
counts as 3 days. No, this is what we've always dreamed of.
Sure.
You know, when we first started talking about what it looked like to play music together, we thought, wouldn't it be cool to play more than 1 show in a month? Because, it just took us everything we had just to plan 1 local show as a local band. And then after that 1 show is over, you're just like, I got to wait another 3 weeks before I can play again. So this is, as much as there's difficult things like laundry and losing sense of time and relationships back home, maybe lacking a little bit. This is really what we've always wanted to do, so we're not going to complain about it.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, and you've got much more still to come. I mean, you get a little bit of a break, then you're off to Australia, Korea, Japan.
Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill is the official battle bar and partner of your St. Louis Battlehawks for 2025. So join fellow Battlehawks fans at any Hot Shots to catch every Battlehawks matchup, home or away, and the best experience you're going to find is at Hot Shots. The Battle Bar watch parties will be packed with giveaways and prizes and more as the Battlehawks charge towards their first UFL championship. Bring your loudest caw and cheer on St. Louis's favorite football team with Hot Shots. Rafe, they got specials and all that stuff, too.
Oh, yeah. Battlehawks game day specials that are available at all Battlehawks game. They got the cacao combo, $20. You get 1 large topping pizza, a Bud Select pitcher. The Battle Apps combo for $25. You get any 2 apps, excluding quesadillas, tacos, and sampler, plus a Bud Light Select pitcher. And Battle Bombs are $5 every single time you go, because every caca deserves a proper blast. And there are official Battlehawks watch parties. The next one, Saturday, April 19th at 11 a.m. at Hot Shots Lindbergh and Hot Shots St. Charles. So join us on those special days to celebrate with fellow fans. Enjoy Battlehawks games, Battlehawks specials, and caca with pride. Hot Shots, the official sports bar of this Rizzuto Show and home to STL sports fans since 1990. For more information, go to hotshotsnet.com. That's hotshotsnet.com.
I'm so excited to be back here at Point Fest 2021, and for the very first time in person after multiple FaceTimes. Josh from Bad Flower, dude, you're really
Hello.
here.
You're a real person.
You are a real
I
person.
thought maybe you were like a computer-generated deepfake.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I do feel like an avatar most days of the week, so I think that's the case.
And you look like an avatar in person. Like you look like an avatar version
Thank
of somebody's real self, but that's your actual self.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
going for. First and most important conversation or question of the conversation: how are you? Just vibe check. How are you feeling today? How are the emotions? It's Point Fest.
Good. I've been so stressed out. We're preparing for our headlining tour. Our album comes out in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like so much that has to happen around that. And I stupidly take on so many things on my own, and I don't ask for help. I'm like, no, I want to do this. I want to do the lighting for the tour. I want to design the stage. I want to do all this stuff. And then go time is happening. I'm like, I only have 2 hands. I have to sleep a little bit. I don't know what to do. And so I'm in that phase right now. So I'm like thinking about a million different things. I'm trying to stay focused on our interview and what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But like, what else do I
Right
have to
now you're
program? What
already-
did I miss? What's going to mess up on stage? What do I have to do?
Well, I heard
Is
you
my
guys
dog
sound checked
fed?
already. Yeah, so the sound check went great, it sounded like.
It did.
So you feel prepared there. That's good.
Yeah.
Is somebody taking care of Maggie? Speaking of your dog, is
Yes.
your dog taken
Yes,
care of?
my dog is taken care of.
Okay, absolutely.
But I still think about it.
Right, like before COVID, you were able to take Maggie out on the road a little bit, right?
A little. I took her out for a little bit when we toured with Shinedown, actually, because the type of show made sense for it. It was a little bit more relaxed for us. We were like quick 30-minute set, big. It wasn't like indoor stages. It was all outdoor amphitheaters, so she could just like run around and.
Yeah, so you have been on tour with Shinedown.
Yes.
You guys are buddies. I really feel this energy coming from them. Just professionals, been doing this forever. And then seeing you guys on that tour together, did it feel like a kind of like, hey, welcome to the show, welcome to the party, come on in and join us? Did they have that kind of attitude?
Yeah, they're the most like warm, welcoming, polite people. I mean, truly, like of any band that we've ever toured with, I've never experienced that level of like hospitality from everybody and like respect from everybody. And that's like the band members, their crew, everyone. It actually it was our first like really big tour that we ever did, like supporting.
Okay, so Rafe has our official bucket list.
Yes.
That's right. We've talked about bucket list on here so many times. We thought, and we're getting ready to implement a new. Stay tuned. We have a new contest with punishments coming up, and we thought maybe as a flip side to that, we talk about bucket lists so much that we would, instead of just being in competition with each other, we.
Hey, have you spent some time recently cleaning out your garage, or maybe you got a piece of property and you've got, I don't know, scrap metal lying around? What are you going to do with it? You're going to throw it in the dumpster and then say goodbye and that's it? How about recycling it? How about making some money off it? That's Scrap Mart Metals. This is where they come into play. 3 locations, Valley Park right at 141 and 44, Jonesburg and Peevely. Clean, safe, convenient. Lucas, the owner, he's a great guy. Feel free to mention him by name. But they'll take copper, they'll take steel, they'll take brass. Make some money. You know, clean up on job sites is the worst part of the job. Contractors, make it easy on yourself. Get that dump trailer, fill it with the scrap, drive on the scale at Scrap Mart, and let them recycle it for you. Nothing shady. The scale weights are visible to you. Everything, I swear to God, is on the up and up. It's Scrap Mart Metals. ScrapMartMetals.com. That's ScrapMartMetals.com. Valley Park, Jonesburg, and Peevely. ScrapMartMetals.com.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
Yeah.
I remember the club well. You know, we used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. You know, stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So.
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you, this is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night, and you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill.
Yeah.
Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
You sure put the pressure on me today. Dude, where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to kind of admit to that or not.
Oh, certainly. And it's something that we, seem to cultivate early on in the career of the band. We wanted to do that thing. We revere rock and roll, and I mean, it almost sounds like I'm just copying Elvis on his '68 comeback. You know what I mean? You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's like that's pretty much it.
Right. I think it's also funny too when you guys say, "Hey, I'm just ripping Elvis. That's all I'm doing." Or you know what I mean? Like when you have another artist that come by, like, "Yeah, well, I'm not that cool. I just got it from this guy." I think it's funny when you guys are the first ones to admit that.
I mean, it's like that's the gold standard, man. You know, you look all the way back, even to the Ed Sullivan years. You know, there's reruns on TV these days all over the place, and you look at that and you're reminded of how cool it was. And to me, like I go, it doesn't get much better than that, and that's why you influence just generations and generations of groups. You know?
You're from an amazing city. You're from an amazing city that has this unbelievable tradition of rock and roll music. You have this city that has this unbelievable tradition of rhythm and blues and soul music. How did that all come together for you as you guys as musicians? Because again, that is a best of all of those world situations. Not just good bands, like the best of the best.
Well,
bands.
it's funny you bring it up. We were talking about Andy and I were talking.
Cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, then this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Window Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. Need 4, you pay for 2. Need 12, you pay for 6. You get the idea. But this month, the savings don't stop there. For a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. In this economy, come on. No interest, not a penny of interest for 6 years. That's right. Upgrade your home today and you don't pay a cent for 6 entire freaking years. You can get pregnant, have a baby, have it in kindergarten before you pay any interest on your windows. It's the easiest way to start your home improvement project without the financial pressure. And here's the real spring surprise. Oh, there's more? Yeah, there is. Get a bonus $500 off your entire home improvement project. So there's never been a better time to bundle and save. So if you've been thinking about adding an entry door, some vinyl siding along with your window replacement, now is the time to take full advantage of the savings. So what are you waiting for? Upgrade your curb appeal. Increase your energy savings and take on those big projects with confidence. Schedule your free in-home estimate today by calling 314-334-2522 or visiting universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
All right, first big summer show of 2018. We've got 30 Seconds to Mars and Wellesley Arms and Walk the Moon and K-Flay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's really great to see you. I got to tell you this, though, kind of changing up the interview from where I thought it was going to go. I want to know about the fitness regime in which that you have, how you do it out there when it's 105 degrees, because I need to.
Okay, so we've just started something. We're calling it Witness the Fitness.
Okay.
It's good branding, right?
Right.
We're off to a good start. But basically, like, with a tour like this, too, we have a lot of downtime.
Sure.
So we're trying to take, like, times when we could do bad things and do good things.
Oh, very good. So you're just kind of keeping yourself busy, more or less.
Sort of.
But then also doing something very good for your mind and for your body as well.
Exactly, because I feel like one of the things, there's like a weird cycle that can happen on tour where you get locked into this like never changing like Groundhog Day thing.
Sure.
And this is a good way to disrupt that potentially damaging cycle.
Absolutely so. But I mean, and also too, though, I mean, you're kind of able again to do something for the body as well as
and it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
It's very good for the mind.
You don't do well with downtime, I'm assuming. Like as far as like
Right.
you get bored, probably super easy on that.
I do get pretty bored, yeah.
Well, what do you do like when you're not working, when you're not touring? I assume we've had this conversation before where I know you write a lot, where you're always doing something, but I would think downtime would almost be your enemy to a certain extent, just for you personally. You know what I mean? You probably don't dig it.
This is like a therapy session. Yes.
Yeah. I'm good at that.
I have trouble with quiet. So yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, for the most part, honestly, this last like couple of years has been pretty much work stuff.
Right.
Pretty relentlessly, which is, I mean, I also just like making music pretty fundamentally, so that feels like it's always worthwhile, even if it's not going to be a song for me, if I'm just like trying to get better at guitar and recording riffs in my bedroom or something like
Yeah.
that. But I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
Big crossword puzzle fan.
I turned to the crossword puzzle game here recently, which is because it's never sort of been my thing.
Okay.
But then my two youngest like really got into it as the school year went on. So I found myself like actually buying like a crossword puzzle book at the grocery store in the checkout.
Yeah.
Now I'm only a couple in and I'm not very good at it, but it's a nice little challenge for the brain. You know what I mean? Like I find myself like actually probably using parts of my brain I wouldn't be using otherwise.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Crossword puzzles are like an interesting skill, like a very specific skill. I was sort of like trained by my father to do them and be good at them. So I started doing like the New York Times Sunday puzzle, not like I needed help, but as a young kid. And you kind of learn like there's a language to crossword puzzles that you develop over time. So you kind of have to do them to be good at them. Like a lot of really smart people aren't that great at crossword puzzles if they haven't done a lot of them.
How young, like when you say you're doing this, like how young are you saying that you started doing it?
I mean, well, he was always doing them, so I was around them, but I probably started helping around like, 7 or 8 or something like that. I wasn't very good.
But still, I mean,
Yeah.
but to be able to be a part of that process and help in any way, shape, or form at 7 or 8 is pretty stinking impressive.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely so. I want to go back a little bit about the whole Grammy process, and I know you had a chance to talk to Lux about this, but I want to know, like, how do you find out about something like that? When you do find out, what are those first couple minutes like? And then I can imagine the calls that you're making after the fact have to be some of the most fun and exciting phone conversations and calls that you've ever made.
Yeah. Actually, Brandon, who's not pictured here, but he's standing in this room, he's off camera. He's here, though. You called me. At like what? Oh, he tried calling. Oh no, Lauren. Right. Okay. So I live with like one of my best college friends in LA in a house, and so she came into my room, and I'd just gotten off tour. So I was
Talking to you guys specifically, if you are feeling like you're running on empty, if you're anxious, you're moody, you're irritable, like this is all like an all of a sudden thing. Your libido is low, which of course can strain relationships, low energy, low motivation. These are all signs of low testosterone. So fellas, don't give up. Oh, but I'm over 40, it's over the hill. No, stop it. That's a defeatist attitude. Mentality's here for us. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Board-certified physicians provide a full physical, a consultation, and blood panel analysis, all during our first visit. And they focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to you and your body. Your energy is going to come roaring back. Your belly fat's going to burn off. You're going to feel like yourself again. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you could be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago, whether it's at work, in the gym, or at home. Stop settling for a fraction of you. Take back your numbers. MantalityHealth.com/radio. MantalityHealth.com/radio.
I'm a fan, I'm a freaking nerd, I'm a big fan. St. Louis City has my heart, and together Credit Union has made it so very easy for me. Not only have they dressed me well with this lovely scarf.
All right, we are done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. If you missed anything on the program, the clip of the day is brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast, that'll be up there for you soon. That's brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Moon, what is today's podcast titled?
They call it The Blasters.
They call it The Blasters. All right, Moon, what else?
CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com. All the information for the big show coming up May 3rd. A big show is coming up May 3rd at the pageant.
Learn.
Come and see my band this Saturday, 9 Mile Garden. Rain or shine. If it's beautiful, we'll be outside. If it sucks outside, we will be inside. So free show, food, drinks, bring the whole fam. 9 Mile Garden. See you this Saturday at noon.
Rafe.
Go see Lern at 9 Mile Garden this week. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and this is hitting your earlobes, I will be there Wednesday through Sunday doing 8 shows over 5 days. Go to moontowercomedy.com, type in my name. It'll tell you everywhere I will be found.
All right, thank you, Rafe. Scott.
If you missed what Rafe said, just rewind it real quick and check out what he had to say. Plus, if you're looking for something fun this weekend on Easter weekend, starting Friday night at slfc.org, there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff in my church, St. Louis Family Church. There's an Easter egg hunt on Saturday morning, and that's from 9 till noon, and I'll be hosting that with all kinds of fun stuff out there. It's a big, giant carnival, basically. So come on out to St. Louis Family Church this weekend. It's going to be great.
All right, thank you, guys. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Redbud, Illinois. Jonathan Leifer is our Teamers Member of the Day.
Yeah, Jonathan.
And he wants to hear this song. Here it is, and we will see you tomorrow.
Michael
Have
Bacon.
a great rest of your day.